Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris. My friends call me the Candyman. And do you already know what time it is? It's time to draft some fantasy football teams. It's August. It's peak drafting season. And I'm going to tell you the best picks in every round because I've drafted hundreds of real money teams already this year for the 2026 NFL season. I really never stopped drafting. I've been drafting since January. And we're jumping right into a best ball mania. Hey, look at that. I'm in the 101 spot. And obviously, the best pick on the board is none other than Jahmyr Gibbs. So we'll take him at the 101. But I'm going to dive into who I think are the best picks in every round that you can get. I'm going to answer your questions in the chat. So come get in the chat, say what up. Let me know your fantasy football questions you have, whether it's who to draft in each round, if it's anything related to dynasty, best ball, general fantasy questions, hit me up. We got a lot of smart people in this community in the chat as well that can help you with your trade questions, anything like that. And we're going to be drafting quite a few best ball mania teams tonight. So stick around, come jump in a draft with me, and let's get right into it. So this is fun because last night I had a team, I think it might have been the first draft of the night last night when I went live. Last time I went live when I drafted Jahmyr Gibbs at the 101. But I know I was actually thinking of a team I drafted last night off stream. I drafted a Jahmyr Gibbs team last night off stream. I ended up getting, it was Nico Collins and AJ Brown as my two wide receivers at the 2-3 turn. I really want to get a George Pickens team with Gibbs on it. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. Big news in the NFL today. We saw Jonathan Taylor get paid. He got his big contract, right? And we also saw, of course, Bijan Robinson get his big contract. So Gibbs is the last guy. Gibbs is the one who needs to get his deal. We'll wait for that to come through. I don't think that came through yet, did it? I don't think I saw a Gibbs deal. No, yes, he did it. That was today, 5 hours ago. Everyone got their deal. Everyone's is done. So I'm pretty sure I did see that. Yeah, Gibbs got a 3-year, $67.5 million contract extension. $51.5 million in guarantees, maxes out at $75.75 million. So yeah, Gibbs got his deal. JT gets his deal. He gets a 2-year, $44 million, includes $39 million in guarantees. And then Bijan got his deal done, a 3-year extension worth up to $75 million, $51 million in total guarantees. So pretty similar deals all around for those 3 running backs. I was like, did the Gibbs deal go through? I couldn't remember. There's been so many running back deals over the last 2 days. But let's lock in. There's been a lot of training camp news. We got some injury watch. We've got some guys who are earning roles. We're getting some hype around who can be the running back 2 on, the Packers, the Cowboys, things that matter. We've got hints at wide receiver 2s on certain teams like the Ravens. We could have Jacoby Lane battling out Rashad Bateman for the number 2 spot, but certainly looks like it could be a lock for the number 3 spot, beating out Tez Walker and fellow rookie Elijah Surratt. So we're going to dive into all the camp news, the updates and everything, and talk about the best picks in every single round here. So I like Malik Nabers, like Nico Collins, Malik Nabers, and George Pickens. I'm good really with any of these guys. Nabers goes, it's going to be Nico Collins and George Pickens for me. Based on my ranks, I think they're both excellent picks here. The week 17 matchup for Nico against the Packers is a little concerning for me. It's not the worst matchup. It's not the best matchup. But Pickens getting the Giants at home in the Dome in Dallas and could be a really fun shootout type of matchup. Dallas has one of the highest implied team totals for the fantasy playoff weeks, 15, 16, and 17. Let's pop over to some data we put together on that over here. So I'm going to zoom in. Let's go to Dallas. The data's about a month old, but I don't think things have changed too much in the last month. They get the Rams. Dallas gets the Rams on the road, so playing in LA week 15. An implied team total for Dallas is 23 points as the away team. Then they get Jacksonville at home, implied total of 27 points. They get the Giants at home, an implied total of 27 points. So across the 3 fantasy playoff weeks, Dallas is going to average about 25.7 points per game, and that's 90th percentile of all of the teams in the league and their playoff schedule. So that's very good. There's only a few teams that have higher implied team totals than that. One of them is the Bengals. Of course, we've got the Buffalo Bills, and last but not least, the Los Angeles Rams. So that's kind of how it breaks down. And then not too far behind them, we have the Baltimore Ravens and also the Detroit Lions. So some offenses to target and some good fantasy matchups down the stretch when it matters, weeks 15, 16, and 17. How we doing tonight, fellas? I see we get Jeff T in the chat. What's up, brother? Talking the best picks in every round. So Keaton Mitchell should be in the thumbnail, right? Right? Keaton Mitchell should be in the thumbnail? Wrong. Keaton Mitchell, I'm out. I guess I'm going all in on Hampton. Pretty out. I'll take some Vidal late rounds. Not a lot of Keaton Mitchell for me. In managed leagues, I think he's actually a better bet because his contingent value per se, but also you can cut him when he's a total bust. And in best ball, he's just a dead roster spot at a high draft capital cost. It's kind of how I play it. The entire ad player, welcome. Appreciate you, Jeff. Hope you're doing good. Jeff, what's up with our guy, Bo Hostler, at the top of the leaderboard today at Sedgefield? What's going on? I bet on, for my one and dones, I picked Tom Kim, Aaron, Rye, and I think I had a Cam Young in there that I hadn't used yet. But I only really have one and done alive out of my 3. The other 2, not looking so good. Back on the clock here. Yeah, Bashal Tutin's a nice pair up. So is DeAndre Swift. I do like JMO. I'm going to go Tutin here for my first pick. And then I think I do want to go JMO with my wide receiver 3, my 5th pick. So 2-3 start. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bashal Tutin. Got running backs on excellent offenses. The Lions, one of the higher scoring teams over the last few years. And Dan Campbell's is like a solid coach. The team, there's some changes going on with them. We'll see. But down the stretch last year, Jameson Williams was on fire. He actually outscored Amon-Ra St. Brown weeks 9 through 17 in half PPR. And then, of course, with the Jags, we got Liam Cohen and his offensive play style. So I want to be invested into that with, we don't know how to play the wide receivers. It seems a little confusing, but let's play through the running backs. Tutin, I think, is expensive, but can be worth the payoff. I'm not as excited about Chris Rodriguez, but I will draft him if I can get him at a decent value, I think. And so those are the 2 running backs I got so far. My 3 wide receivers got Nico, Pickens, and JMO. So with Nico, you're just investing in a good player who's definitely the alpha on his offense, even though the Texans' offense might not be that good. Pickens was a stud last year. I think it continues. Dallas Cowboys have one of the best environments for pass catchers. Dak Prescott's projected for, one of the highest totals in passing yards in the league. I think he's top 3 or top 4 in most projections. And then Jameson Williams, just another bet on the Lions. So fun start here. I think I had a really similar start to this last night off stream. Instead of Pickens, I had AJ Brown, but really strong start, it feels like. Yeah, Bo Hostler's wild. I'm sure you're a proud Longhorn. I love Bo Hostler. I've met him. I never became great friends with him, but friends of friends. I met him in college. He's my age approximately. I think he's a good dude. The bye week bros are pleased. Yeah, what's up, Ruben? How we doing? The Iron Throne FF. I'm feeling good, brother. Just got back from the pool. Did a little family swim at the neighborhood pool. Good stuff. Got some dinner at the pool. Chill. We had the grandparents there, my in-laws. So getting a little late evening swimming. Actually, that was a few hours ago, but time flies when you're putting kids down. How we doing, Ruben? What's up? And for those of you guys who don't know, we've got a brand new fantasy league coming to you real soon. It's the Iron Throne Fantasy Football League. I'm in the league. We got plenty of other content creators you know and love in the league. Ruben's in the league himself, and so it's going to be massive. It's going to be huge, and we're drafting in a few short weeks from now. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to the Iron Throne Fantasy Football. You're going to catch us there real soon, pumping out a lot of content. We got a draft coming up, and then we're going to have a lot of in-season content as well. So I'm super excited for that. It's going to be a very fun league, very competitive, a lot of sharp guys in there. I don't want to spoil all the names, but you'll find out soon enough. A lot of great guys in the league. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, we got to get more Jaguars off the board. Much better offense. Easy enough, right? What's up, Jose? How we doing? Do you think Price could possibly end up being a better pick over Love? Redraft in Dynasty, considering trading back from the 101 to drafting Price, or drafting Price 101. People will laugh at me. Yeah, you can't draft Price the 101. You got to trade out of that because Dynasty is all about value and getting value on your picks. So you can't do that. I'm not going to go Hurts here. I'm going to pass on Hurts, even though it seems like a good value. I'm cool with Lemon. I'll grab Lemon here. I'm between. I take so much from Andre, but I can't not do it. I mean, he's here and I want him. He fits the team. So I'm going to go Lemon and Ramondre here. No reason to go with Prescott or Herbert, and Hurts is there, but I'm going to pass on Hurts. So a balanced build, and I'm avoiding the onesies. I've seen Tyler Warren getting pulled up in ADP over the last couple of nights, so I don't expect to be able to get him very often at the end of round 6. I think he's a great pick. I think he's a tier break. I think the value over replacement for Tyler Warren is very high. And so he and Colston Loveland are both players I'm aggressively targeting when I can get them. And Loveland's going at the end of round 4. Warren's going at the beginning of round 6. Both great picks. I've taken Hurts. I think I took Hurts last time I drafted a team similar to this. I'm going to try to see. I don't think Prescott. Well, there he goes. Prescott goes pick 76. I didn't think he'd come back around anyways, but I could still line up. And I could have done Lemon and Hurts. You know, last night Lemon was gone. I didn't have the opportunity to go Lemon Hurts. So I could have just done that. I could have gone Lemon Hurts there, but I'm going to push QB a little bit. I'm going to see if I can line up Goff on this double stack. I don't think Trevor Lawrence comes back around. Like, he never comes back around. So Trevor Lawrence won't be there. But I can definitely get Stroud later too. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone Lemon and then Hurts. I mean, I knew I wanted to get Lemon. I wasn't even thinking about the stack option there. It's just I don't. Man, it's a tough because the tier 2 and tier 3 QBs have never been, this strong and going in this reasonable of a range. At the same time, you can push it a little bit further and get some great values on QBs rounds 8, 9, and even round 10. So I'm going to gamble here and see what I can get at QB and at tight end. Jose has the 102 and the 101. Bro, I would I'd probably just trade the 101 if you don't believe in Jeremiah Love. Get as much value as you can. Draft Cardinal Tate with the 102. That's what I would do. And then, I was able to get Jadarian Price at the 107 in my rookie draft it was like 2 months ago, though. He probably still goes around there. I think Jadarian Price could be nice. We'll see if the Seahawks use him in the Ken Walker role, if he has more of a pass-catching role with this new offense with Brian Fleury, who comes from the 49ers and was the tight ends coach. It's his first time as a play caller. Lawrence is off the board, so no Trevor Lawrence on this one. No giant fall. Trevor Lawrence is the player I need more of. So next time I'm on the right side of the board tonight, I'm going to prioritize getting some Parker Washington, some Brian Thomas, and then stacking up with Trevor Lawrence. almost back on the clock here. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence could be sneaky good. I don't want to be super underweight Trevor Lawrence, and I currently am. I don't have a lot of Trevor Lawrence across all my drafts. He's a guy that is kind of in that middling range, but I have a hard time getting to Trevor Lawrence is the problem. Definitely going to go Brooks. The big question is, do I want to take Purdy or Dart? Or do I want to push QB and try to get Goff at 120? What are the odds I can get Goff at 120? Not great. I'm going to go fan in here. I'm going to keep pushing QB. I don't think I can get Goff to come back around. The Amon-Ra drafter has Drake May, but he's got a shot to go Goff at 102 or 115. I bet he does it at 115. And then even then, there's the Laporta drafter. He is the Laporta drafter with Amon-Ra, so he has a double stack for Goff. So he's almost certainly going to take Goff with one of his 2 picks. Maybe I should have gone Purdy or Dart there. I'm going to take Fannin and Brooks. Feel really strong with my running backs. I've got Gibbs, Tootin, Stevenson, Brooks. And wide receivers feel pretty good too. So now I just need to land some quality QBs. And I pushed it a little bit far because I didn't take any in round 7. I didn't take any in rounds 9. So we're coming up on around 10, 11. And that's really pushing it for QB. I'll have to get lucky and see who falls to me or play it as more of a late QB strategy. Maybe it's a team for Shedeur Sanders in the last round or second to last round. Pair him up with my Harold Fannin. Can I throw in Denzel Boston or KC Concepcion later? The shoulder injury for KC at camp kind of worries me a little bit. Not going to lie. Exactly. I could add Coker in the next round if I keep taking wide receivers. And then I've got a Bryce Young play with the team stack through Jonathan Brooks and Jalen Coker. That'd be pretty sweet. This is the first Best Ball Mania draft of the night. I'll be getting into a few more. So if you want to draft with me, if you're getting in some August volume, let's do it. Bo Nix goes. I didn't expect him to come back around, but he's like a great QB to just take and get value on. So I'm not really optimistic I can get Goff to come back around. Stephon Diggs goes pick 111. Nice. There goes Goff to the double stack that has May and Goff. So I am so far behind. I mean, there's a team that has 3 QBs. I think it's way too much draft capital, but there's a few teams that have 2 with some nice combos. Herbert Murray, Lawrence Nix, Williams Mayfield, May and Goff. So I'm a little bit behind. Gonna have to figure this out. Shuck goes. I'm gonna push Stroud. I'm gonna push it again. I'll do Kincaid, and then I think I'll take KC. Kincaid. At least I have two good tight ends that are not the elite guys, but pretty cheap, I would say, and some good upside. And then probably just KC. Dobbs is fine. No, I'm going to do Wandale on this one. I'm going to switch it up and do Wandale. And then I give myself another out with Cam Ward. I feel like I haven't drafted Wandale in quite a while. I think he's a really good pick. He's been a really good pick this whole time. A data point I want to show you guys here. This is filtered for players last season. And let me zoom in. It's players last season who had a game with 100 yards and a touchdown. This is the count of all those games. And then I have the unique list over here ranked high to low. So between weeks 1 to 17, excluding week 18, here are the players that had 100-yard games with a touchdown. George Pickens had 5 of those games. And not only did he have 100 yards and a touchdown in those 5 games, he also had 130 yards. So if we up our total to 129, bang. Players with 130 or more yards and a touchdown, and Pickens had 5 of them. London had 1, JSN had 3, Puka had 3. Pretty nice, but pretty rare to do. But if you're going for 100 yards or more, London had 4, JSN had 4, AJ Brown had 4, JMO had 4. So I've got Pickens and JMO on this team, guys that just do well in that category. At least they did last year. We also have got some other cheaper options like Wandale, who I just picked up. He did it twice last year. He had 2 games where he had 100 yards and a touchdown, but he's on a brand new team. He's off the Giants. He's on the Titans. Cortland Sutton did that, but now there's Waddle there, so I think Waddle takes those over. Lad McConkey. Guys who did it at least once, at least a 1 game last year with 100 yards and a touchdown. Pretty hard to believe, but Trey Tucker did it once. We know that. Michael Wilson did it only once. T. Higgins just once. T-Mac. All of these guys, just 1 game. Rome Odunze had 1 game last season. Zay Flowers had 1 game. And Parker Washington, they all had 1 game last season with 100 yards and a touchdown. The same amount as Keenan Allen, Flournoy, Keon Coleman, who goes undrafted. I think Keon Coleman's still draftable. A lot of names here. Some we like, some we don't like. Nico with only 1. Demario Douglas with 1. It's pretty interesting stuff when you splice it that way. I mean, you can really cut it however you want, but you got to draw the line somewhere. Yeah, what's up, Josh King? Josh is in here. Let's see. So Josh King is King PPR, I'm assuming. He's in the 3 spot. Is that where you are, Josh? Appreciate you stopping in, brother. A random one. You got in. Let's see. Let me know if you're in the 3 spot here. Wow, Stroud goes. This team is looking more and more dead as it goes on, because if I can't even get Stroud stacked up with Nico Collins, like what are we doing here? Stroud goes to the Higgins team. You hate to see it. Higgins getting some camp hype. He's looking like a good wide receiver 2 for the team, but even then, Higgins used to go ahead of Debo and he used to go ahead of Diggs, and that's why I was so out on him. But now when those guys have risen, I think I'm going to be getting some more Jaden Higgins. Of course, man. We have the game on, no doubt. The Hall of Fame game. I will take Cam Ward, and I'll do Bryce Young too. I'm going to double click and take 2 QBs before I just get completely shut out. C-Rod's there. C-Rod's been falling. I don't really understand. I need QB here, but I would like to take the falling, 10, 15 picks on C-Rod, but I really need QB here. So I'm going to double tap QB. Otherwise, I would lock up the whole Jacksonville Jaguars running back room with those 2 picks, but I just can't afford another running back here, and I'm pretty solid at running back. So through the first 13 rounds, I have a 2-4-5-2, finally balanced out. I have Cam Ward and Bryce Young going super late QB on this one. Gibbs, Tootin, Ramondre, and Jonathan Brooks for my running backs. That feels good. Wide receiver room is very strong. Nico, Pickens, JMO, Makai Lemon, Wandale. So I'm at least stacked there with Cam Ward, and then Harold Fannin and Dalton Kincaid. I could backstack Bryce Young a few ways. I can think of at least. I have him with Brooks, so it's a little team stack there. I can think of one more interesting way. Maybe two. Honestly, maybe two ways I can backstack Bryce Young, and one of them nobody is doing. The same time, on the Panthers, I've heard some hype around Jimmy Horn. I'm not too excited. I think John Mechie is a sneaky pick. He played with Bryce Young at Alabama in college. He added some decent games last year. Was John Mechie on the list? Was John Mechie on our list here? No, I don't think he was. But if we go to our year-long wide receiver data, Mechie was in here, and last year he was playing for Mechie, was he on? Was that the Jets? Yeah, he was on the Jets last year. His high scoring game was 15.5 fantasy points. I feel like he had some games down the stretch, though. Yeah. Well, not some, he didn't have any big games, but actually, John Mechie, the second half of the season, averaged 3.6 receptions per game, which was like a top 40, top 41 wide receiver, right behind T-Mac, Devonta Smith, ahead of Christian Watson, ahead of Emeka Egbuka, Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnson. So people forget, like John Mechie was earning targets and getting receptions last year, second half of the season. No one's drafting him. I will take him on this team to backstack Bryce Young if I have to. I'll take Leggett over Mechie, but you can make an argument for Mechie there. And no one's expecting it. Pool day on Sunday, very nice. Hot out there this weekend. Yeah, Ruben, where are you? Whereabouts are you? You know, I'm here in Austin, Texas. It's super hot. It's been 100 degrees most days. It's crazy out here. Where are you at, brother? Let's see. Jimmy Horn, round 18 click. He's been cooking in camp. I would favor him over Leggett. Well, I went one deeper, Jeff. I'm giving you John Mechie. The locker room shower narrative with Bryce Young. Went to college together, and now they're reunited. You'll love to see it. I think Mechie could be interesting. Dylan Sampson's okay. He's just on the Browns, so I don't get that excited. Aaron Rodgers, no thanks. But what do I want to do here? Just go Coleman. I want a piece of this Denver offense. Coleman's not terrible. And then boom. Gunnar Helm. Easy click. Easy decision there. Double stack Cam Ward. Big bet on Cam Ward. I don't have any Seattle pieces for the Week 17 bring back. The Titans, their playoff games, they go Colts, Las Vegas on the road, Pittsburgh at home, who's one of the best defenses. So not great. One of the worst playoff schedules, but maybe they can surprise the upside, get us there. And then also, I mean, Carolina Panthers have a tough one too, maybe even harder. They go Cincinnati at home. It's the best matchup. They get Pittsburgh on the road and then Seattle at home. But Pittsburgh and Seattle are really tough defenses, so I don't know how much I expect out of that, which is not great when those are my two biggest stack options. Don't love it. I usually draft AJ Barner over Helm, but I'm going to lean Helm there to go with Cam Ward. All right. Two more picks to go. I think this is definitely a 3 QB team. We got 3 tight ends, pretty balanced at running back and receiver, but I'll probably take a few more swings at receiver. Yo, what up, Rob? How we doing, brother? Hope you're doing good. Speaking of the Iron Throne, we got another Iron Throne member in here, the Professional Fanatics. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you check out the channel and get ready for some incredible in-season content from the Iron Throne League in here. Jose says Bryce Young can't support that many wideouts unless he takes a big step up. He could. He had a career year last year. He's got a good offensive line. They're putting weapons around him. Maybe he's just the guy, that can support a few options. And even if he can't support them all every week, we're looking for some spike weeks. So I think it's possible, but I totally understand that sentiment. I just have to play to the upside. Can't go for the median outcome. I got to play for the upside. And this is the hand I've been dealt. So let's make the best of it. This is the best ball mania after all. Apparently it's Jassim Reed's world and we just don't know it. Preseason overreactions have arrived. Incredible. Yeah, I'm not currently watching the Hall of Fame game, but it just ended 33-30. Haynes King getting the W, it looks like. John Mechie had 3 catches. Horn had 4. Jassim Reed had the touchdown. Carson Beck looks pretty good. Almost back on the clock. Yeah, so Josh, are you in the 3 spot, Josh? Is that where you're at? I don't have any stacks for these late QBs, which is kind of throwing me off, but Brissett makes a ton of sense on this team. Makes a ton of sense. People forget Brissett averaged more fantasy points per game last season than I think even Jalen Hurts on a per game basis. He's at 19.6. I think Hurts is at 19.1. But anyways, a lot of guys, like hardly anyone had averaged as many points per game as Brissett did. Can he run it back? I don't know, but practically free. Let's throw him in there. Otherwise, it'd be like Shedeur to go with my fan-in stack, but I'll just take a naked Brissett and get some points out of it. Wide receiver here. Let's do Jeremy Bernard. If I can get Leggett to come back around, I like Pat Bryant. Jacoby Lane seems like he's already gone. I think Bateman's a fair pick. I'm fine with Coleman. I'm fine with Franklin as a late throw-in. Hurst. If all of these guys are gone, we can always do Mechie. Bang. So we've got options. I don't think there's any Cardinals left that I'd want. No, honestly, James Conner's kind of fun. Is he even a Cardinal, though? That's the big question. Wow, Jeremiah Love makes it to pick 31. He goes after Javonte Williams. Pretty interesting. And Egbuka got pulled up in this one. I didn't even notice that until just now. The whole Jeremiah Love at pick 31. If you're going to start McCaffrey and Achane and then you get Love at 31, you just have to do it. So the guy in the 7 spot digs out of the hole at wide receiver going Burden and Adams. I think a very fun way to play that. I probably would have pushed QB and not taken Caleb Williams there and gone with a guy with upside like Lemon or Harrison. Getting Alec Pierce here seems good, seems fine. The injury does kind of concern me. It's a very expensive price for Alec Pierce. But he keeps hammering, at wide receiver in these mid rounds. He gets Mayfield for the Godwin stack. He gets Higgins and backstacks him with Stroud. Why does he even want Stroud there? He had Williams and Mayfield. I should have gotten Stroud at pick 144. I'm a little bit upset about that. He also got the follower on C-Rod, which feels really good as your running back 4 at pick 151, and then takes Marshawn Lloyd at 186, a guy we should be targeting. Based on the fact that if he's healthy, he could have a nice contingent role there for the Packers. Yeah, Josh says, yeah, buddy, got the Bijan drop, right? Yeah, Jamar Chase goes at the 102. Get Bijan at 3. Smash. And paired up with London, too. I think that's pretty rare. I like what you did with getting Breece Hall in the 3rd round to stay balanced after getting Bijan and London. The big question is, I was going to say, do you go Tua or Penix here? So you end up going Tua with your last pick. And even threw in a Zachariah Branch. This dude's all in on the Dirty Birds. the Falcons. Coming up in these final rounds here. Get rid of the banner. Make sure we can see these last picks. All right, what's it going to be? I'm going to let the Q decide. Sanders goes anyways, and I don't think I would take a fourth QB, but I think Thornton's overdrafted. I think Cyrus Allen's a little bit overdrafted right now, but there's some fun hype. I'm not really doing it yet. Legette's still there. I am going to take Legette. Or do I not? Or do I go Mechie? I'll take Legette. If he wasn't there, I would do Mechie. I think Mechie's draftable. James Conner could have been fun. I don't even know if he's a Cardinal at the end of the day, but he's still a fun pick here. If I didn't have Jonah Coleman, I would have considered a running back there and gone with the fifth running back if I was already done at wide receiver. Overall, we pushed QB, got a double stack on Gunnar Helm and Wan'Dale Robinson to Cam Ward. Bryce Young, I got team stacked with Jonathan Brooks, and then the real stack last pick with Legette, and then naked Brissett. But let's go look at the player profiler real quick for Brissett. I think his average might be wrong. Yeah, his average is wrong. He didn't actually play in 14 games, so that kind of throws it off. So it's not really the best way to look at it. 14 games, but he only played in -2. Like he only played in 12 games. So if we, and this is the real way to look at it. I mean, this website doesn't do a good job of excluding games where the guy didn't actually start or play. So 16.8 times the 14 games divided by 12 games is the 19.6 fantasy points per game for Jacoby Brissett. We compare that to Jalen Hurts, 19.1. People don't want you to know that in 16 games, Jalen Hurts had 3,200 passing yards and 25 passing touchdowns. He also had 421 yards, 8 touchdowns rushing. But in 12 games, Jacoby Brissett had 3,300 plus passing yards, 23 passing touchdowns, 168 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. So on a per game basis, Jacoby Brissett was better than Jalen Hurts last year. People don't want you to know that. They think, oh, he's going to get benched. Carson Beck, the rookie's going to come in and eat his lunch. I mean, maybe. But if Brissett plays all 17 games and he's got Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison, 2 first-round picks, right? I don't care if Marvin Harrison's been a slight bust. He's still got a nose for the end zone. He still has some big plays. Dog, Jerry Rice Jr., a.k.a. Michael Wilson. And, I forgot to mention Trey McBride. 4 incredible targets and offensive weapons. So I think I'm drafting more Brissett late. I'll take him over guys like Shedeur. I'll draft a little Shedeur, but Brissett might just hold down the job. All right, let's get back into another draft real soon. Yeah, Brissett 7th in points per game in 6 passing touchdown leagues. I love that stat right there. It lines exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, people forget how good Brissett was. Went Falcons Saint week 17 matchup. Yeah. 100%. I saw that. Yeah, get the Valet in there. The Valet in there for your big Falcon stand, Josh. I liked your draft. That was a good team. Beck. Carson Beck. We'll see. Yo, what's up, Brian? How we doing, brother? Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday night. Don't forget to smash the like on the stream if you haven't already. If you're watching, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. I have a goal to hit 2,000 subs during the NFL season. Let's do it. Let's get there. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps grow the channel. And it's just fun to have more people in the community to talk ball with. So if you have any fantasy questions, this guy, that guy, where he's going to rise in ADP, any camp questions, or if you have any camp news you want to share, come let me know. And we're jumping back into another Best Ball Mania real quick. Yeah, Delaware here. Nice. Delaware. I go to Delaware occasionally. I did some work out in Delaware during the spring and the summer. And so I've been out there. You know where I was? I was in Smyrna. I was in Smyrna, Delaware, and been out there a couple trips over the summer. But no, I believe you. Yeah, born and lived in Florida for most of my life, so I know the heat well. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Florida man right there, Ruben. Okay, we're jumping into a Best Ball Mania. Go ahead and enter now. I'm going to just hold this for 5 seconds because there's a stream lag. If you want to get in, you can, but hey, it's your choice. Buyer beware. If you're trying to get in advance 1 out of 11, then this is the draft for you because I know I'm advancing. So you can be the number 2 person to advance in this room, but at least I'm advancing. That's the mindset that I'm going into this with. I'm going to win this draft. I'm going to win this tournament. We're taking home $2 million. There's no other way to play it. But let's have some fun with this draft, and let's talk about the best picks in every round. So I drafted out of the 1 spot last time. It was pretty easy to make a case for why Gibbs was the best pick because it was the best available. I had the first pick overall. I'm going to close the YouTube poll. Do you guys like JT or CMC better? I think CMC's been the riser lately. I like them both. Oh, would you look at that? Drafting out of the 2 spot doesn't get much better than that. I think Rico Law was in the last draft too, if I remember correctly. King PPR, a.k.a. Josh, in the 10 spot. It's just CBD in the 12 spot. I remember that name. And if you're in here and I didn't call you out, let me know where you're at. I'm in the 2 spot, so this could be a Bijan team. We'll just kind of see how it rolls. Almost certainly. But I'm going to close the YouTube poll. Let's start a new one. Also, let's turn on some music. Let's get a little something going. Get the vibes up. Let's dive right back into this draft. Let's crush it. Let's ship it. It's a Best Ball Mania. Let's go. And I'm closing the poll now. Yeah, CMC gets a big favorite on that one. 88% CMC. Kind of no surprise. Okay, new YouTube poll. And we're going to push it to the QB section. QB section. Better QB value. And I'm going to do a little cheating on this one. I'm going to look it up here. I want to compare 2 guys who are close. Let's do Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. No, let's do Trevor Lawrence and Patrick Mahomes. I'm putting knee in parentheses to see if it deters you guys. I know if we're drafting on other sites and there's a Q tag or an out tag, you might feel less inclined to take a player. Let's see what it does psychologically for y'all. Are you going to take Trevor Lawrence over Pat Mahomes? And it's not just because I know Trevor Lawrence has the higher ADP, but better value straight up. They're similar in ADP, but Mahomes goes a little bit later. Or do you like Trevor Lawrence? Given Mahomes has the knee, don't forget. Okay, this one's starting off. There we go. Widen this a little bit. Perfect. Jamar Chase, and then McCaffrey goes at the 104. So David takes McCaffrey ahead of Puka. I don't think I would do that. Like, I make sense, but Puka is just a pretty phenomenal pick. Super high floor, high ceiling, one of the best offenses. You can say the same thing about McCaffrey, except we have the youth Puka. Maybe we haven't seen the best Puka season yet. Maybe he can give us a 2,000-yard receiving season or something crazy. McCaffrey's already getting 2,000 yards. So there's a question there on like the touchdown total, I guess. Slight lean for me to Rams over 49ers, but it's close. But I'm just not going to be underexposed to Puka ever for the rest of his career. So that's where I'm at. But McCaffrey over JSA, and I could probably get behind. CeeDee Lamb goes in the 7th spot here ahead of Amon-Ra. I don't hate it, but I still think I'd take Amon-Ra over CD, but it makes sense to me. I could make the case. I think Amon-Ra and CD are much closer together than Justin Jefferson. Nico goes at pick 21. Devonta Smith pulled up in the 2nd round here, pick 19. That's different. Neighbors goes at pick 16. Bro, JT Saquon start. Yeah, look at that. JT at 10, Saquon at 15 is pretty sick for our boy Josh. AJ Brown, Drake London, and I'm not even going to think twice about it if I can get it. I forgot that I'm not at the turn, so I'm not going to be able to get it. But I will start off with AJ Brown. Last draft, I was at the turn, so I got carried away. I was like, I got 2 picks here, and I'm at the 2 spot this time. Slightly different team. We'll see what we can do with it. Flowers gets pulled up to pick 24 ahead of Drake London. That's, oh my God, this guy. Drake London in round 3 in a Best Ball Mania. And you thought your team was unique. All right, I got to screenshot this real quick. We're going to tweet it out. We're going to retweet the stream that we're live. Bang. Save to clipboard. I'm going to go retweet that I'm live. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Quote. Live now drafting a Bijan, AJ Brown, London in the 3rd BBM. Bang. Tweet. Send. Yeah, F week 11. Week 11 is for the week. How much money do you win in week 11? I don't know. None is the answer. So we'll figure that out later. But this is a fire start. You guys thought Josh's team looked pretty sick last time, where he got Bijan in London in the 3 and 22. What about London at 26? Incredible. But he's got another good start. JT and Barkley's pretty fun. And then Breece Hall falling to pick 34. How is King PPR, a.k.a. Josh, going to dig himself out of the wide receiver hole this time? And just like that, I'm already out of Gatorade. I'm going to have to restock on a Gatorade soon because I'm so thirsty. Swimming this evening dried me out. The chlorine... And I already showered off the chlorine, but like I can feel it. I'm dried out. Thirsty. All right, let's cook here. Slightly trying to like not gonna make it force it, but I'm slightly aware that I want to avoid too many more week 11 picks with high draft capital. Josh Jacobs would have been a guy I would bend the rule for. There's a pick here I really want. Yes. Travis Etienne Jr. Welcome to the squad, pick 47. I was drafting him at pick 26, pick 28 earlier this year in February. So getting him at 47 feels good. Not afraid of Kamara whatsoever. Devontae Adams is there, but he's a week 11 bye, and I think I'm just going to avoid that Let me go with some JMO. Bang, JMO. Let's go. Josh has to change his screen name with that RB start. Yeah, no more King PPR. He's now King High T. Yeah, what's up, Hartman? Throwing out the blue Lambos. Guys, if you've got them, throw some blue Lambos in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here on a Thursday night. Hope you're having a great week. Getting ready for a fun Friday. Nice weekend. Let's end the summer right. We had our first preseason game tonight. It just feels so good. Feels right. This is the best time of the year. Make sure you smash the like on the stream. Hartman, check your Twitter DM. I sent something your way. Why does Mahomes have an injury designation in the poll? Hey, he caught on quickly. Damn, this is, I mean, I knew I was on the wrong side of the board, but this was not the night for me to get some P. Washington. He goes to pick 61, but I'm on the wrong side of the board again. I gotta get some Trevor Lawrence teams. I just gotta. Shoot this whole text message off real quick. Almost back on the clock. Hartman, check your DM. You got Hartman in here as well. Another member of the Iron Throne for this season. Hell yeah. We've been talking about it a little bit. Fuck, I wish Drake May was there. I'm going to go Lemon. And then I have the option to go any of these routes. Hurts goes. God. DK, Ramondre, Warren. I have so much freaking Ramondre, but I've already got a Patriots team stack going on. Don't necessarily have any reason here to go Caleb or Dak. So my stacking partners, May was gone. That was a huge bummer. And then, yeah, May obviously goes. I would have taken Hurts that time. The time that I have the option to take him, I don't. And the time that I can't take him, I want him. But I get Stevenson again. Stevenson, my most drafted player. I guess I think he's the best player in round 7 because I take him over Warren, Brooks, Pollard. Brooks goes at pick 78 here. I got him at pick 97 in the last draft. Pretty sure. Okay, but what do I do with Goff? I've had no luck pushing Goff to pick 119. I could do Goff. I could do Tua late. I should do Tua late. Or Penix even. I might just double tap QBs in round 8, 9, unless there's a tight end there I really want. I don't mind Fannin and Pitts, though. I mean, Pitts would be insane. To get Pitts on this team with London and Bijan would be kind of crazy. Hey, what's up, brother? How we doing, Nick? GM. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Nick, how was your travel back? Did you have a long travel day back? Were your flights on time? Jeff says you could still backstack Purdy as well. Yeah, there's a little backstack on Purdy. Ooh, Michael Wilson goes. Sharp pick. I like that. Michael Wilson would have been nice on this team, but I don't really need a wide receiver 5 yet. I'm going to push wide receiver 5. I'm going to think about a running back 4. I'm definitely taking a QB this time, and I'm going to think about a tight end. Worthy, Dowdle, Corum, all pretty good picks. Dak, unstacked, but this is the value. Also, Trevor Lawrence is there. So I don't have a way to stack Dak. I could backstack him a little bit with like Ferguson. Laporta's also there. Easily go Dak here just for the value. 15 picks past ADP. I will also take Trevor Lawrence if he's available. Oh, shit. I did it again. I took Ramondre, another week 11. Jeff, you got to keep me honest on these things. I wasn't supposed to take... this is the team I should have pivoted off of Ramondre to get some Jalen Warren, and I still didn't do it. I can't be held accountable for this bye week issue. Yeah, T-Law does go. I kind of want to go Laporta. Mahomes is there. Purdy, Dart. I'm going to take Laporta. And then you just get some Laporta. What are the odds I can get Goff? I think 0. Because the guy that has Amon-Ra also has Josh Allen. And he's looking for a QB2 at this range. And he's going to have 2 shots either at 104 or 113 to get Goff. So I'm not going to get Goff on this team, unfortunately. But I did get a nice fall on Dak Prescott. Can I grab Ferguson? I have to get Ferguson at 122. It's not the worst spot to take him. I passed up a lot of RB4s to go Laporta. And I've got an extra special surprise for you guys here. I'm actually bringing someone on from backstage right now. You know him. You love him. The one, the only, Hartman Fantasy Football. Here he is. Bang. That's not the right one. There he is. What's up, brother?
What's up, Candyman? How you doing?
Doing good. Just getting some drafts in. BBM 7, number 2 of the night. And I got like 4 in off stream last night. I almost went live, but it was kind of late. And I drafted 4 in like literally almost exactly 2 hours, like a little bit over 2 hours. Like I ripped through 4 of them where like I would make my last pick and I would just start a new one. So I kind of ripped through them. And I thought about maybe I should have gone live, but at the end of the day, I was kind of tired and I was doing something else up until like 10 p.m. before that. So the stream would have started at like 10:15 my time. I mean, I was still sitting here at midnight drafting by myself, but it just wasn't live.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I do the same thing sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know, you just want to chill and just like rip them, and I think especially right now when there's all this news and all this new stuff, like sometimes you're kind of trying to process and see how the movement's going. It's almost like you kind of want to lock in, like just like off stream and stuff and kind of
100%. Damn, the dream dies. Jared Goff does go to the Monra drafter, who has his second QB and a second tight end before his third running back, but just that's the way it rolls. Pick 119, 122 coming up of a 1-3-4-1 build. Dak
Mhm.
at a nice fall. Bijan, Etienne, Ramondre, AJ Brown, Drake London, Jameson, McKay and Laporta. I've got two top receivers and two of my three running backs at the same bye week 11. So I am avoiding that a little bit. I would love to get Diggs here.
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
So
I'm
Diggs
not.
is there.
Yeah, I mean, unless one of the quarterbacks fits, it's probably just Diggs. Well, and even if one of the quarterbacks does, the other guy has two, so you probably just take Diggs first, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? I'll go Diggs first. And then ADP is like Love or Baker, who I'm fine with. Either one, just getting another QB on this team. I don't
I
have
mean,
any
love.
connection to either one.
I like the love value, but you really can't backstack them at all. Where at least with Baker, you could get like Ted Hurst, Kate Otten if you're interested in those guys. I think it
Yeah.
depends like how bad you'd want those guys. 'Cause I think Love's a little better in a vacuum, but he has literally no stacks.
Is Aaron Jones or C Rod worth a pick here as RB4?
It'd be reasonable. It'd be reasonable.
I think I'm just gonna go Love.
That I feel like that feels like a good pick. You know, it's not always about like stacking out the guys. Like it's nice to have those outs, but I think just when you're at the end of a tier, like it's just such a huge drop off after those two go off the board. I feel like.
You know what it came down to for me is I have a little bit more faith in Matt LaFleur um, than what's going on with the Buccaneers. And I like Baker Mayfield fine. I think him and Love are kind of in a similar tier, but at the end of the day, I think Love is more talented. And if we can get like a peak season out of Love, maybe it's better than Baker. We've seen a peak season out of Baker 2 years ago. It was pretty good, but it was with Liam Cohen, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what's so hard about it is that Liam Cohen system. I mean, that just improves any offense, right? So, what heights can Baker realistically hit with Mike Evans gone? And like, can
Yeah.
Amika really be that guy, that number one guy? Can Godwin come back? You know, there's a lot of question marks, I think, surrounding that team as a whole. I, I
We're
feel
gonna
like
we're gonna see a we're gonna see a peak year out of Baker Mayfield losing Mike Evans, a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Get the fuck out of here.
and I feel like Baker kind of has a wider band of outcomes than Love does. But like
Yes.
just because Love, I feel like he's good and he's consistent, but their overall pass volume always tends to be a little bit lower. And you know, they should be a pretty good team again this year. So I think that just kind of limits his ceiling, unless maybe we see like a Jacobs injury or something to kind of make them go away from such that run heavy game plan.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I was kind of thinking about the floor on Love and just him being like a quality player, and I got a good value on him past ADP as well, right? So,
Mhm.
you know,
Well,
why not?
I think Baker has like a really low floor where I think Love just has that tighter range where he's probably not going to be top 5 where maybe Baker has more outcomes to get there if he's super pass heavy. At least maybe in my opinion, I think that's more realistic for Baker, maybe to be like real pass heavy and like really spike. But I think Love like Baker, the floor could fall out, the Bucks could be terrible where I don't think that's really a possibility with Love.
Yeah, no, that makes sense too. And I'm interested to see like um what's going on this year with the Packers offense. Okay, almost back on the clock. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. It's a little bit easier to see. 2-3-5-1. I don't know if there's any running backs here that's worth taking at 143 QB. I think we push it and try to get a late guy with.
Yeah, you're good at QB.
Is
It
there any tight end you prefer here?
I think there's a lot of good tight ends. I think you grab your favorite receiver first.
I'm gonna go Omar Cooper. Obviously, I love him, and doesn't have a week 11 bye. Boston has another week 11 bye, so we're kind of. I'm getting to the point where it's like we're not quite out of the woods around that. It would be a seventh wide receiver. He goes anyways. Could be Jawan Johnson, Hunter Henry, Strange.
I feel like Strange, Jawan, or like Woody Marks. I think Woody would be reasonable too, but I'm not a huge fan. I just, you know, tight end seems probably like the move.
Yeah, I'll go Strange here. I'll go
That's my
Strange. I've
highest
already
one.
got AJ Brown and Ramondre. So maybe getting Hunter Henry there could be fun to have more Patriots. I take a fine amount of Hunter Henry. Juwan Johnson, I'm cool with. I also have Etienne Jr. Could have been a good team stack, but let me throw in just a little Brenton Strange, and I don't know. I go back and forth. I was really drafting a ton of Brenton Strange all the way from January up until about mid June, and then I've really slowed down like the last month and a half plus on Strange, and I've been preferring Hunter Henry, Schultz, and Juwan Johnson, just kind of chasing last year's yardage totals and reception totals, which are pretty sticky for tight end at least. And you just hope that the touchdowns, swing in your favor. But I know you're pretty big on Strange too, right?
Yeah. Strange, I think, is my highest owned tight end still. What?
Right.
And I think he was pacing for like similar ranges to those guys. He just missed a couple games, right? Because he still put up like 600 something yards and like a pretty good, pretty respectable yards per catch too. I think like close to 11 yards per catch.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's not a great offense, so like I don't discount that too much either. It's close. Who? So you would say in this range, like round 13, Strange is like your preferred best tight end pick, and I think yeah, it's close. There's just a lot of good options in this range.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't really like if you went Jawan or Henry over him. I don't
Yeah.
think that's like I don't know. I don't even think that's like a crazy pick at all. Or like I don't know.
Mhm.
They're super close. They're all like they all feel pretty good. They all project kind of better than like the running backs and receivers in this range. It feels like
Sure.
maybe
No,
like
100%. 100%. There's some upside swings on wide receiver, and there's some late QBs that are decent, but this is a great range for tight ends, which is why I was so in on Kenyon Sadiq. Kenyon Sadiq gets the re-aggravated hernia injury, which you don't love to hear it, but at least it's not a groin, and at least it's not a hamstring or a quad. So I think he'll be back and playing for the start of the season. I'm not really afraid, but I'm not going to be aggressively pulling him up like I was because there's just other veteran tight ends in this range who are equally good picks, but probably don't have the same upside. Probably just a little bit safer.
yeah. I think I agree with you there. And I think the scary thing with Sadiq is if he's missing that time, like Taylor is like a legit like some legitimate competition, right? So it's like just missing time. It might take a while for him to actually get really involved and really take over that role.
So I need a running back here. I could do. I really can't
Samson,
do any
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be Samson to me if you're going running back. But I mean,
I'm gonna throw in Flournoy to go with Dak at the last second. I thought about it, and I get him kind of like a little bit past ADP, and I don't take a bunch of them, but on a Dak stack team, right? It makes sense.
mhm.
What are we gonna do at running back
Oh,
here?
you can't take week 11 buys at running back. That's the problem.
We'll look at the top guys. Week 11, week 11, week
Yeah,
11, week
yeah.
11. Even Marshawn motherfucking Lloyd, week 11.
I think okay, do you want like Bryce Young? Do you want a quarterback or are
I'm
you
gonna try
gonna
to
push
push
it?
for one of the Falcon guys. Are you interested in any of these tight ends?
Yeah, I think Hawker, Barner, or Ferguson are good.
I like
Not
Barner. Let's
much
pull
of
up.
a go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm not super in on Dulcich over those guys.
No, no,
Like
me either.
those three are close to me.
I like Barner a ton. He's one of my most drafted tight ends. So I'm gonna pull up Ferguson there and just give us the Rams, right?
Yeah. And Ferguson's kind of he's a hot name right now. Davis has been putting in work, to to make him rise up the board. So
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. And Ferguson always does feel kind of exciting when you get him. A guy who had what do you have like less than 15 catches but over 200 yards. like
Yeah.
like dude's just going crazy, per reception.
Yeah,
So
like an
just up that
18
a little
yard per
bit.
reception tight end on low sample. But so I started with Bijan. I got Edchin Jr. in the fourth. Pick 47 was pretty sick. And then I got
Mhm.
Stevenson in the seventh round. So I've really pushed my RB3 super late, but I've got 3 picks left. I think I'm gonna go 2 more running backs that aren't week 11, and then a QB. If I don't have to, I could not take a QB.
But you
Um,
could stack with second rounder.
Tua or Penix would make a lot of sense here. Let's look at this. So I'll say what up to Danimal. How we doing? We got misconstrued. What are we drafting next? I think we're doing another best ball mania. Or maybe we'll see. We'll see how long Hartman can stick around for. Maybe what we'll do. I haven't done any of these. What are they called?
Oh, the Pit
Um,
Bull?
the pit bulls. Yeah, I've been waiting to get into those, and I definitely thought I would do some on stream tonight. So we'll see. Depends on what
Yeah.
the chat thinks too.
I gotta get in some of my pit bulls. I really like that contest. We could do like a head to head in the pit
That'd be
bull
kind
if
of
you
fun.
wanted.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would love that. I got to get some in on that before it gets too late. 40% partner through 110 BBMs for Josh, who is King PPR in the 10 spot. Nice.
Nice.
Almost falls to there, Josh. Wow, Cyrus Allen pick 177, going ahead of Jerry Judy. That doesn't seem smart to me, but this is peak. Get your guys peak training camp new season. We got Paulino in here, just stacked the week 11, laughing at me. Appreciate the jewels. 6'7". You're the man. And then yeah, pulled up on this one.
Cyrus, Jalen Royals, Allen.
Exactly, 100%. Okay, so Hartman, I got to ask you. Let's do some draft board psychology. I have Bijan in London. Who else is going to take Tua or Penix in this draft? There's obviously the Pitts drafter, right? The guy who took Pitts is here. He has Herbert, Dart, and Mayfield. Does he take a QB4?
No, it would be the guy that just took Zach Branch.
Yes, he has two QB. He has Goff and Allen. He definitely could take a super late QB. So, should I just take the faller of Tua or Penix, or do you have a preference in Tua or Penix? And should I take them at 194 or push them to 215? I'm going to do up some running backs.
I'm 100% Tua over Penix.
Okay.
I would basically say, like, if you feel like the running backs are different than what you're going to get back in the 18th, like if these guys are a lot more valuable than the 18th round guys.
Sean Tucker or Katron?
I mean, the Katron dreams are kind of dying with all this JCM hype. Maybe Sean Tucker.
I know. So maybe I need to get off that click because I have a lot of Katron. I'll take a Sean Tucker there just because we've seen him have some big weeks. Do you think? I'm not going to think Gino. You think I go Tua?
Tua's fine, yeah. So you're a Penix guy? You're more into Penix?
No, this is leg up ranks.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
they said today Tua is probably the one, right?
That's what I was reading too. So I'm pretty big in on hearing that. I know they had the back tweak, and I know he looked washed last year, but he was like almost an MVP one year back in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we see a bounce back from Tua. At the same time, I mean, Penix is coming off the knee injury. It would just suck if Penix is the starter during like weeks like 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever. At the same time, I have Dak and I have Love, so I don't even need Tua at the end of the year. It's nice to have him to get this team through, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I always tend to lean towards the third QB, even when I have a strong QB room. But like I did a draft right before this. That was BBM. I had Hurts and Burrow, and I still took like a 17th round Rodgers just because he fell so far. I was like, but like I'm kind of the triple condom 3 QB. Like, I'm kind of brainwashed into that a little bit.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I still end up doing 3 QBs most of the time. Last night I took 2 QBs a few times off stream when I was getting sniped. And I was like, well, fuck it. I had like Drake May and Jackson Dart. And I was going to throw in like a last round Shador, like a last round something. And I got sniped. And I was like, you know what? This is probably for the best. Yo, what's up, Chris G? GM. How we doing, brother? Always good to see you. Hope you got back safe after the weekend. Great to meet you, man. We got Tyler in the chat, a.k.a. the Emo Cowboy. Speaking of another Iron Throne member, we got Emo in the chat. Another guy we hung out with over the weekend. Incredible. Yeah, a wild cowboy appeared. We're in the tall grass right now. Late night drafts. Got Fantasy Fitness IO. What's good? How we doing, brother? Fantasy Fitness. Who are you streaming with last night? I think it was last night. I saw. Did you see it, Hartman?
He streamed with Jerry today, like during the
Jerry
day.
today. That's what it was. Okay, bro. Everyone, there's so many good collabs going on. Like it's incredible. I love to see it. And then Iron says, I'm curious to see if Beck gets drafted now that the preseason game looked decent. Yeah, I think so. I've been seeing Beck get drafted, I would say about a 6 or, one in every 6 or kind of one in every 8 drafts, just throwing out a number. Wow, Jacoby Lane goes pretty late here. And I would think he might get drafted more often after that. At the same time, hard to know. There's no Packers we want late, right? There's literally no Packers now.
You
There's no one.
pick the fullback Brooks if you want.
No.
I mean, I don't know how much upside he really has, but
So there's no Giants either. No.
I mean Slayton, I guess, but like you don't need a receiver,
No.
you need a running back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my favorite is going to be like Hill or Vidal. I'd probably take Vidal because I'm fading Missile. Any other names here you like at all that are veterans? I'm gonna avoid Katron based on the JCM camp news. What do you think?
I think Vidal or Connor, but probably Vidal. I think you just take the huge upside swing. Your top 3 guys are all getting touches. You're not really super worried about floor, I don't think. You just kind of want to take some swings late. Like your top 3 should be good enough. Week 11 is gonna hurt, but other than that,
yeah. At that same time, like because I'll have AJ Brown, Drake London, Ramondre, Bijan, all on a bye. At least I'll have Dak at QB. That could really save it there. And then JMO, get a good spike out of him. We got some floor with Diggs, upside with Lemon and Cooper. Flournoy is kind of a fun throw in with a Prescott team. And then you never know if you're going to get a flex week out of a Strange with a Laporta pairing. That could also hit. So I'm really looking to fill 2 running back spots in week 11, Etienne being one of them. And then if I can get Sean Tucker or Vidal to give me some kind of floor, and I think both of them could have some decent floor. It is tough because they're both in 3-headed monster running back rooms, it seems like, where there's like a true 1A, and then there's kind of like a 2A and a 2B, right? Where Vidal's kind of like the 2B, Tucker's kind of like the 2B on his offense too.
yeah, but like I guess it's just the contingent upside so huge. And yeah, they both play on maybe like good enough offenses where even a third RB, like if they can get some of that goal line work, could really eat and could give you a couple usable weeks, without an injury.
No doubt. Pretty decent. I mean, I was trying to land the plane, getting the rare combo of Bijan, AJ Brown, and London at pick 26. I have not personally seen London go in the 3rd round in a single draft of Best Ball Mania that I've been in.
No, I haven't either. I thought I messed up at first when you were bringing up the Tua thing because I was like, oh no, you have AJ Brown, you don't have London. And then I realized like I don't think I've seen him in the 3rd. Yeah.
Because I pushed London because I was like, I have Bijan. He goes Flowers Egbuka. He like the guy in the one spot just gets different.
Egbuka. The Egbuka thing, I don't know. I just can't get there.
Over London? Are you kidding me? That's an insane poll, dude. London. Did you see my tweet earlier this week? It was related to shout out to Fanspeak Network. They had Best Ball Jeopardy on Wednesday, and it was Herzig versus Tom. And I did the experts say segment of the week. So I filmed myself doing a little segment asking a Jeopardy question. Actually, I kind of want to pull it up. Do you want to see it? I'm gonna see. You haven't seen this yet, have you?
No, I missed this one.
Okay, sweet, perfect. Because I want you to try to answer it and see.
Did Herzig whoop him? Or I'm guessing
did win.
Makes sense. Tom's on FFPC. He was at a disadvantage.
Yes, that as well. You can see this, but like you can't hear it, can you?
No.
Okay, then all I have to do is reshare super quick. And while I'm resharing, don't forget to like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed to Hartman's channel, Hartman Fantasy Football. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to reshare in a second, but also Hartman Fantasy Football. I'm throwing the link into the chat. Make sure you guys are subbed. If you're new here, if you're new on this channel and you're not subbed to Hartman's channel, then you got to do it right now. Requirement. It's a requirement here to be in the garage channel. Okay, and I actually just wanted to show this and kind of show off a little bit for my friends. Boom, there it is. Justin Jefferson. I mean, I am taking CeeDee Lamb ahead of Justin Jefferson, but at the same time, just like never forget, this is what you're fading if you are. So it's pretty scary stuff to be fading this guy right here.
What is it? What does it say on his necklace? Do you know? Line of something?
I used to know.
I don't know.
I think it says speaks quietly and carries a knife is what it says. If I had to guess, speaks. No, you
Figured
do
well
some
from Sammy
research.
Watkins.
Yeah, do some research. See what the chain says. I'm gonna at the same time stop my screen share and then add back my screen share with the sound on. Eek. Oh, there it is. Okay, bang, share, pull it up. Hartman's gonna let us know. I'm gonna take 5 seconds to find the clip where I'm in here. It was kind of early on. I'm gonna
One of
find the
none.
clip. What does it say?
One of none.
One of none. That makes completely zero sense.
Yeah.
So go figure.
Adds up. Yeah. I mean,
This is from
hey, but speak softly and carry a knife. Same type vibes.
Yeah, it would have been better actually if he had that. So this was Herzig versus Tom this week, Best Ball Jeopardy, and I'm doing a segment. Let me just confirm you can hear it. You can hear it, right?
I think I can hear background
feel
music. Okay, yeah.
I felt like last
Is
year's
it loud enough?
total was higher,
Yeah.
but
It's like normal volume.
Aaron Rodgers would make sense with 0 passing touchdowns.
A special guest questionnaire. So let's let it rip. Meg, if you can turn off the background.
This is the experts.
There you
Spoiler.
go. Little peep there.
Like a little wine glass. Nice touch.
This is the experts say on Best Ball Jeopardy. I'm Chris, the Candyman, your inaugural Best Ball Jeopardy champion. Tonight's question: we all know that spike weeks are important for best ball. Of the receivers last season who had 100 yards and a touchdown in the same game, only 4 wide receivers did that 4 times during the season, but one guy did it 5 times. And I'll give you a hint. He doesn't go in the first round of fantasy drafts. Who's the wide receiver last season that had 5 games with 100 yards and a touchdown in each of those games? Hartman?
It's Pickens, right?
It is George Pickens. You're just a
I-
genius.
Okay, well, I will say I did see the tweets. I didn't know exactly
I
what you
also
were
tweeted
referencing, but I saw your lists of I saw the list of the guys and all that.
You're just
And then because it was like Drake London had like 4, but he didn't even play all year. Is that what it was? Or he had 3? But it was like he paced for like 5 or 6.
Oh,
right?
I just thought I was so. Tom guesses Olave and Herzig guesses London. Let me screen share just the normal stuff now. Eep. Share. Okay. So here's the list.
Oh,
So let me do this.
it's crazy. It's crazy. AJ Brown, huh? It's just the floor. The floor was like not there at all. He had no
So
floor.
here's what's crazy. Someone asked me on Twitter, they said, imagine AJ Brown on the Patriots. How many of he'll have if he had 4 on the Eagles? And I said, well, I looked into it. Drake May only supported 2 games where a receiver had 100 yards and a touchdown. Isn't that crazy? One of them was Douglas, and the other one was Diggs. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Diggs. They both did it one time. That's it.
If Drake May can get Douglas there once, he can get AJ Brown there at least 6 times.
Probably true. Could be true. I don't know what the historicals are on this stat, and it's very arbitrary because like I was messaging with Herzig about this on the tweet. There was a few guys who had between 90 and 99 yards and a touchdown. Like the list not doubles, but the list gets a lot bigger on the tail end if you add that. And I can do it right here. Like, well, actually, it won't add names to the list. But if I go here and I say just greater than 89 yards, you can see like JSN does it 5 times. A couple guys popped. Jamar Chase went from 3 to 4. Some guys popped. And honestly, this is not. The reference needs to be longer. It should be up to let's do 150. And then, okay.
Yeah, okay. So you're getting a lot more guys.
Sorry, I didn't get the tail end because the list went down. JSN did that 8 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I knew that was looked wrong because the lad's number went down, but it should go up because it was it goes longer. It pushes the name down. Tyrell Shavers.
Tyrell
So
Shaver.
if I would have said 90 plus yards and a touchdown, JSN did that 8 times. That's like insane, right? So the
Yeah.
cutoff is so arbitrary because this list looks very similar in names to the other list. Let me do paste values. I'm gonna hold that there because actually that's a pretty good thing to keep tabs on. I'm gonna do 90. Can't type 90 plus TD, and this is 100 plus TD. So, and I'll just change my little filter back. So like that actually, like, look, everyone's the same. Essentially, everyone's the same except for JSN. Like, is the one who's getting the raw end of the deal. If I make it 100 versus 90, everyone else is like almost the same. T's a little bit better. Everyone's the same, right? So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just JSN that's really getting screwed by that. Which, I mean, if you're using a stat to like make JSN look a little bit worse than he is, I can't really fault you for that. I mean, I'm still a hater. I'm holding firm on that. I'm the hate.
Bro.
But no, that is pretty surprising to see. I mean, I guess he was just so consistent, right? I guess
Yeah.
where like Pickens had those like mega games, but then like his lower games, like his floor, his floor wasn't nearly there as much as JSN, where JSN was just like 70 to 80 yards locked in like every single week is a guarantee. And it's just
Or
did he
was
get in the
it?
end zone or
So
not?
let's test that out. So JSN, you're right. He had 13 points or more 81% of the time of those 16 games. So yeah, like let's just use 13 points as a floor. It's also kind of an arbitrary cutoff, but it's good enough. Pickens was there 50% of the time. So like, yeah, you get like 30% more games. 30, like, way more games. That's 8 games where he's 13 or better compared to, I think 81 out of 16 is like, I don't know, 13 games.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Equals 13 divided by 16. Yeah. So 13 games versus 8 games. So 5 more games where he's 13 points or better. So you're right. The floor is just way better. The ceiling, though, JSN having 20 plus point fantasy games, he only did it. What would that be?
Same.
5 times. And Pickens did it 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times. Yeah.
Right. I thought about putting the raw numbers in here too.
Wow.
I used to have the raw numbers, but I think, is it just hidden right here? Is that what I'm...
And it does kind of show though, like the difference in those columns when you look at
There it is.
the 20 and the 17, because the 17-point games, JSN is like crushing Pickens. Pickens was still at 5 games where JSN was up at like 8.
I've got the raw counts in there, but it kind of looks uglier. But yeah. 100%. I mean, Puka, games with 20 or more fantasy points. Puka had 5. Chase had 5. JSN had 5. Rashee Rice had 3, but only 3 in 8 games. Amon-Ra had 4. Olave with 3. Wandale with 2. Drake, and this is sorted by receptions per game, is what I ended up sorting it by. Drake London had 4 out of 11 games.
Right.
So that was also the thing I wanted to show you.
Oh, Drake London's floor sucked, huh? He
finish
only got
this
over
running
10
backs?
45% of the time. That's crazy. Like, that
The floor was bad. The floor was bad, but limited games. Maybe he was booming on a lot of those games. The tweet was that, London, if we go back to this, London had 4 out of 11 games. That's a 17 game pace for over 6 games. So potentially London could have been the top dog on this particular stat, but
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. Drake London is kind of a weird one to me where like, I've never really been a huge fan of him, but like, I feel like you just can't deny his dominant like target earning role in that offense. Even if you don't like love the situation or love the quarterbacks, like he's just such a dominant target earner and there's no one to really push him for it. Even Pitts, like look at his good games. They were mostly all when Drake London was out. Like, look at Pitt's actual target earning when Drake London plays. It's not even that good. I mean, relative to when he wasn't playing. Like when he wasn't playing, Pitts was like 10 targets a game. Like those 4 games or whatever. He was going off.
Sorry, I was multitasking there. I was just answering a text.
Oh.
But yeah, kind of interesting stuff. So that was a fun segment. I just want to kind of throw that out there. I think this team ended up being fine. You want to jump into a pit bull and do a head to head?
Yeah, I'm down. Let me.
I'll let you guys get
Okay.
ready. I'll let chat get ready. I'll catch up with the comments from the chat because I was ignoring y'all. We go on our little deep dives into the data every once in a while. I feel like Hartman's my favorite person to show data to because we could just sit here and talk about it, like get lost, and it's like, and then we get the next thing. It's like, well, what did this guy do? What did that look like? Really, his floor was there. It's like we go down these rabbit holes.
You're just like looking around at different guys, and then you notice a number that like kind of sticks out. Like, wait,
Yeah.
what's?
And then someone in the chat's like, well, that doesn't count. 100 yards, that's an arbitrary cutoff. What if it was 90 yards? Well, the answer is if it was 90 yards, that would make JSN look too good, and we can't be doing that on this channel. So it has to be 100 yards.
Exactly.
Drafting Beck all year. Nice. London is sick. Yeah, can't be passing up. Guys, subscribe to Hartman Fantasy Football. Check him out. Yeah, the 6 start. That's funny. Fantasy must be like behind by a few minutes if he's talking about the 6 start because that was like an hour ago, but love it. Some wine glass. Yeah, we'll do some wine glass in the patio confessionals. We'll do some walking in the neighborhood. We'll mix it up. But yeah, for sure. I got to get my first piece of content out. I'm thinking about when I was going to do it. I almost did it last night, but I drafted a bunch and got kind of tired. But definitely this weekend, be putting out some content for the Iron Throne. I was telling guys earlier before Hartman jumped in, but Hartman's also in the Iron Throne. So we had Emo in here tonight. Me, you. Who else did I see? I saw Rob in here. Rob had joined in from Professional Fanatics.
Fanatics. Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, Emo, of course. That a wide receiver stat, not Drake May. True.
You were like copying over the lines and making like another one, color coding. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah. Maybe too good for my own safety sake, health, wellness, mental wellness. 12th like. Hey guys, don't forget to smash the like on the stream. But thanks so much for being here. Happy Thursday night. Hope you're getting ready for a fun Friday. Hartman and I are jumping right into a pit bull. We're gonna go head to head. I'm gonna count you guys down so Hartman and I can both jump in. Appreciate that, Fantasy Dog, my guy.
And he's saying
Hartman
I'm
really
impressed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't say impressed. I would say we both just kind of like vibe to it. We're just like, what if in the galaxy brain, and it's like, well, what would this look like? And it's just kind of I wouldn't say impressed, but I would say we have interest because it's just you kind of go down these rabbit holes is the fun of it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. You got it compiled together pretty nice. You know, there's major websites that don't have as easy a data sorting and as good of actual info up there.
You're not wrong. Oh, okay. Pitbull. Hartman, you join first and let me know when you're in.
All right. I'm in now. Waiting on 4. Waiting on
Perfect.
3.
Waiting on 3. I'm in.
Right.
Bang. Do you guys want to draft with Hartman and I? We're going head to head. So we're not on the same team here. And this is my first Pitbull 2 of the year. 2 out of 12. So I would actually advise you guys not to join this one because Hartman and I are both advancing and you're going to be the 3rd place team crying in week 15. Then 1-6, 1-5, and then Hartman and I are going to regroup together in the 156 final. What are the odds that if we both advance out of this pod, that we both make it through and then we're both in the final from the same pod? Like it's got to happen. If one's 56, it's got to happen at least once or twice, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's not that many pods in this. Decent advancement odds. I mean, I think there's a realistic chance. 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5. It's realistic.
So let me do some quick mental math. For me to get through a 1-6-1-5, I think that's 1 out of 30, right? Unless I'm doing my combinations wrong, but I think the odds are like 1 in 30. So that would mean you be 130, I'm 1 in 30. That's 1 in 900. And so being 156 seat final, it's probably like a 1 in 5 chance that there'll be 2 people from the same pod in the first pod who are also in the last.
Yeah. So I mean, why not this one?
Yeah, why not this one? In Best Ball Mania, it's like almost impossible, actually. The pod, it's just way, way, way.
Yeah.
It'd be like 1 in thousands.
Well, yeah, because like your odds of even a single team making it, like even if you advance through the first round, I mean, what's even your
Right.
like percentage odds? Yeah.
Even though the final is like 6 times bigger or 5 times bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I really do like I really do like these Pitbull contests. I think I'll probably end up maxing it. I think I maxed the first one. But
I did
how
too.
about you? Are you like big fan of these or
Yeah.
yeah, it's you.
I my favorite thing, and I know you're on the clock, but it's first round, you can handle it. Bijan there, nice. Hartman's in the 2 spot, and I saw a bunch of friends and family here in the draft. I'll shout out those guys soon. 2 out of 12, and then 1615 is very nice. 156 final is very attractive to me for 100,000 up top, and even if you get like third 25K, seventh for 13K is pretty fun. 15th for 5K, I mean, I wouldn't complain. So just making the final and having a good run at it, this is a nice tournament.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think the price points, reasonable around BBM, a little bit cheaper, but
200 to
good with the
max.
good advancement structure, 10 max. It's like a really 200 to max it.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the structure.
So we've got Hartman in the 2. I see JT in the 7 spot. What up, JT? How we doing, brother? I'm in the 8 spot, and then we got Schwaggins in the 12. What's up, Schwaggins? I am gonna take a Monra here. Easy. I need to get more Monra exposure in BBM, but at least this helps overall. But still,
Yeah. I need more Bijan exposure and Chase. I haven't gotten many like 2 or 3. They're my lowest pick slots.
third 12 in the Pitbull of the night. Shaking my head.
That's tough.
I don't understand what that means.
Oh no, that's Schwaggins. They changed their name because they were getting shadow banned by YouTube.
Oh, misconstrued as Schwaggins?
Yeah,
Change
yeah.
name and avatar, trying to pretend like you're somebody else in here, Schwaggins. That's diabolical. I didn't catch that yet. Oh well, it makes sense. Yo, JT. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday, my man. We're getting some pit bulls in.
Oh,
Duh. Yeah. We've got Fantasy Fitness in the 9 spot next to me. So I have to be a little bit quiet on my picks. Got JT on my left. I got Fantasy Fitness on my right.
yeah. You got all the guys down by you. This worked out perfect for me.
Shit.
Got the 2 pick. No one by me. Loving it.
Wow, look at the leg up ranks. They've tanked Hampton. They're big Keaton Mitchell guys.
Ooh, they love
And
Kenny
then-
Walker just like me. I love it.
They love Kenny Walker. I actually think.
Why do they hate?
Man,
Why do they hate Hampton? I heard today no one wants to touch the guy. He's too scary to tackle.
I'm going to take Hampton here. They hate Hampton because they like Mitchell. And Gretsch posted an article on Mitchell.
Why running back air yards matter? Because Keaton
Did you read
Mitchell
it
got
too?
a lot of them.
You saw it?
Yeah. That's rough getting 12 slot 3 times.
Yeah, big dog. Chase Brown's kind of fun, though. Why not?
Yeah,
Genty
Yeah,
at
I don't
15.
know.
Wow, Genty 15. And I think Genty should be going at 15, but it's like no one else believes that. Like he usually goes in the first round, honestly.
all right. I need to get my guy here. I need to get Malik Neighbors.
Nice.
Everyone's pulling him up. No one's letting me get him anymore. And like
I know.
I can't even
I
get him
know.
at this pick most of the time anymore. It sucks.
No. He went pick like 16 earlier tonight in the last draft, I think. And then before that, I think he went at pick 22 right before I got to pick. So
I did a BBM earlier. I think he went like 18 or 17 or something. I don't know. I got a little bit of a bag, but I wish I would have went harder on him. It just news hit quick and then he just like shot right up. People did not hesitate once he was at practice. It's crazy. How about you? Were you picking him much before the practice stuff, or were you being more cautious?
I had like 9%. So not crazy, but I wish I had more, obviously. I feel like I was heavier in him early in the summer, and I let the fear and doubt get to me, and I didn't draft him like all of July.
I did like almost the exact same. I took a little bit in like July, but it was so much early. And then, the Cyclops Legion and all these guys with PT after their name were saying you can't draft them. I believed them.
That's kind of high in this.
I,
don't mind
I'm
Olave
around
though.
that. Oh, a lot. Good one. Yeah. I'm coming around to Lad pretty big. I'm willing to buy on all the Lad hype. But
Well, I have him. I have
I'm-
a Hampton here. I guess I don't. I have to make a decision there. I don't mind Olave though.
oh yeah, I think Olave. I mean Olave, I think is just a great pick in general. But like Lad's a guy I was like a little bit more hesitant on. Like, Olave, I just always felt good about. It was just that blood clot thing. But since he's back from that, it
Sure.
feels fine. But like Lad, I was a little more hesitant on, and it's just more and more as they talk about use him in motion and just kind of I don't know. It feels like the height's kind of building with the offense. I guess maybe getting a little too caught up in it, but his price hasn't really increased much, and I feel like there's a lot of good news around him and good talk around him. He feels a little more safe to buy. It feels like.
Yeah, yeah. I think I. I guess when I take Lad, it's usually when I can get two wide receivers kind of back to back in the back of the third and the beginning of the fourth round is like when I feel best about getting Lad. I haven't been pulling him up at all.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't really
Ooh.
pulled him up at all either. Ooh.
Loveland at 37 to Schwaggens. Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, let's say, what's up, Chris? How we doing, brother? Good to see you. Oh, no shit. Chris is in the 11th spot. See, I looked right past it. Yeah. Also, good to see you, Chris. My man, in the 11th spot, snuck right in there. Garrett Wilson, Waddle, Cook, and Barkley is a fun start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still out on Keaton Mitchell. I'm going to be a full fade.
I'm a slappy.
I know. You always were, though. You're always a missile guy. You're trying to get me to draft him last year, too. It's free.
Never wrong, just early.
What? No T-Mac? Just Josh Jacobs? I like Josh Jacobs. I like T-Mac, too. Ooh. I like the receivers in the next two rounds better, so I'm going to go ahead and go running back there. Williams would have been fun as well. The only part that scares me about Javonte Williams, and I do draft him, is that he didn't catch a lot of passes. And if the role truly goes to Blue for the pass catching upside, and Javonte's not on the field as much as he was last year, his ceiling's going to be more capped, I would think.
Yeah, I agree. And just, I feel like it was a little bit scary that he kind of fell off as the year went on. I think second half of the year, you just really saw that ceiling go away. He still had like decent weekly finishes, but like he just had no like ceiling anymore. I think it's a lot of what you're saying, like the pass catching kind of went away. They weren't really using him that way as much. And just the efficiency just kind of went down in I think all aspects, receiving and rushing.
But if he's the lead guy again, if he gets a lot of the touches, if he's getting like 66 to anything above like, honestly, anything above like low 60s in percentage of snaps and touches, and if he gets anywhere near 70%, he's going to be a great pick because the touchdowns should just follow. The offense should be good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's the thing. Like he feels fine, but it feels like Jacobs is a similar bet. Like in Jacobs, I guess you feel a little bit more secure in the talent, probably, right? Just
Yep.
like even if Lloyd's healthy, I mean, it's not like he's taking the work away from Jacobs, most likely.
No
Wash
way.
at 48. This is insane.
Wow. Yeah, these Tyson and Pewash, that's interesting. These pit bulls are some different rooms.
I'm gonna slap it up.
I think in the fourth round, Jacobs is like the safest running back pick. Scatterbu coming off the injury, but a lot of upside. Etienne Jr. Coming off of like one of his career years, a lot of upside if he gets the role. The same thing I described with Javonte. But if Kamara takes some of that pass catching and Travis Etienne's not on the field the whole time, it's whatever. Yeah, I've been taking a bunch of Tootin there. I draft Tootin in the fifth round a lot. I was taking Tootin actually in I'll take him in the fourth and the fifth round, just like in that part of the board. I'm back on the clock here. Yeah, this could just be a Devontae team.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be Devontae.
I think I will be.
I think you're good enough at running back, and then also that was another week 11 buy at running back, which isn't the end of the world, but that seems like a good price on Devontae. I think that's a
Yeah,
big
I
tier
think so
break
too.
too after him.
Yeah, it is. It kind of goes to more of the upside later guys. but P. Wash and Tyson are already gone, and there are two of those names on that list that I would want at like pick 65.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really interesting lobby, huh? Some of the I don't are you a P-Wash guy? I guess I feel like I'm not
I don't
sure.
think I have that much, but I want more just because it's the vibe seems so good, and he's on Liam Cohen offense, so I don't want to be out. But like all tournaments, Parker Washington post NFL draft, I'm 5%, but then just BBM, it's gonna be probably lower than that because I feel like I don't get to click him that often.
I'm at
Yeah, it's like I'm only 3% in BBM right now, so I need more.
I'm at 3% post draft, just total post draft. I've been debating it. I've been debating if that's a bad move or not. They're talking them up, but they're also talking up like every single player in the offense. So it's like kind
True.
of I don't
Dude,
know.
Schwaggins goes, lobby's kind of pissing. Yeah, bro, you have 4 running backs, a tight end, and a QB through 6 rounds. I guess just, when they zig, you zag, but that's crazy, Schwaggins. No wide receivers in the first 6 rounds. Let's see how
He
it
even
works
he
out.
even game stacked Ravens Bengals with his first 2 picks. He's got a plan. He's thinking. Got
He's
Lamar
definitely
with it
thinking.
too.
He's always mega minding something, big braining something. There, no doubt about that. So I have the
Are you?
next pick. I was gonna go Tate. I think I'll take Warren here. It's either him or May, and obviously they're both could work for me. But I've got so many different QB options. They're gonna come around, so I'll go Warren here. I've been drafting a decent amount of Warren in the month of July, and I feel like I haven't been able to get him much lately. He's been getting pulled up just a little bit, but I think he's a true tier break, and the value above replacement on him and Loveland, I think, is really high. I think like both of those two guys are so much better than, I'll say it, like Kraft and Laporta. Um, and then I think it comes back to like Fannin is a good value. And then I think Pitts is okay, but what's the difference between getting Pitts after coming off of a really, really big year? I mean, last year we could have drafted Pitts at pick 155. This year we're getting him at pick 100, 105. Like we get Kincaid super late. He's kind of a similar thesis to what Pitts has been, where it's like you expect more. He's never really done it. We've seen some, we haven't seen it all. When he's healthy, he's good, but he's actually on a good offense. I don't know, a lot there. But what's your take on the best tight end picks in these rounds and like how you view them above? Like where are the breaks for you and where's the value for you?
I think I'm pretty similar to you. We'll
Nice
double
stack.
stack the Eagles. Uh,
Nice.
but oh yeah, so I'm pretty much with you. I agree that Warren is especially like a big tier above Kraft. You know, Kraft last year was my actual highest on tight end. I had like 20%. And
Yeah.
I think that the thing that the people that are really pro Kraft don't like seem to remember is like he has a really bad floor. He's like pretty inconsistent. The spikes can really be there, but his floor is, I don't know, his floor was like really bad some weeks, and he's also a super low A dot guy. It's a lot of yak ability, but coming off the ACL, that really worries me. Like, how diminished will that be, especially early in the year?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you. I think Warren's a tier break over him. And then I think just Warren's possible target volume, like I think it could really vault him up into the range with even those like even like the Trey McBride. Like what if they have less pass volume this year and they run a lot more? I mean, with Pittman gone, will Warren really be that far behind McBride in target share? And Pierce, every day he misses camp, that's another day that I don't know, Warren's just the guy and getting more involved. Pittman's gone. Yeah, like I'm with you. Like I've been picking a
I
ton of
love that.
Warren.
Well said. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was kind of it. Yeah, like I love the Warren. I love the Loveland too. I think just the spike week upside, how he finished the year, his big playability. I think Loveland gives you less safety floor wise, but I think that the spike week upside is. I don't really think, like I don't think Bowers even has more like single week upside than Loveland does.
Mm.
I think maybe he hits it more often because he has a higher like target total, but I think Loveland's spike week upside is what gives him that value up there. Um, but I think just how hot he ended, he could even be the engine and could have that safe floor as well. But Warren feels super safe with the high ceiling too. Like I really love Warren.
Yeah. And how come we saw Josh Downs rise like 20, 30 picks, but we haven't seen Warren move at all?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is kind of odd because I feel like you'll get in rooms where like, oh, it feels like Warren's going up because he's going closer to that 5-6 turn. But then you'll just get in the next room and it's like, oh, he falls close to the end of the sixth, and his ADP doesn't really change, like you were saying. Whoa,
I'm
what is
back to
that?
my ways. I'm back to taking Michael Wilson uh in round 8. I'm back in.
I well, you heard like Puka roll and got heard Puka roll and you're like, I'm in.
Who?
Oh, weren't they saying he's gonna be in the Puka Nakua roll?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was also looking at my phone trying to read something. The Puka roll. Yeah, well, that was all I needed to hear. Yeah, exactly. I'm back in. I mean, I essentially have the guy who, let's say Devontae Adams and Puka just swap points this year, and then Michael Wilson also puts up Puka numbers. I've got 2 Pukas on this team essentially, so it's pretty good.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Hard to argue
That,
that, right?
yeah, yeah. I I'm not there on Michael Wilson. I just
But dude, you saw the from like 2 weeks ago, the maybe it was just last week, the tape where Marvin Harrison's like dropping the passes in the training camp and like looking slow, and the guy taking reps right after him is Michael Wilson. He looks like a machine. He looks like a Terminator. He's just out there just like destroying routes and like the most sure hands you ever seen.
yeah, I
You've seen
mean,
that.
yes, I did see that. I did see that. Marvin Harrison also like came back the next day and he wasn't looking too bad.
No, he's fine. I like them both. I think the Falcons got
But
some good weapons. So I mean, like last month, you could have got Michael Wilson at pick 104, maybe even
Mhm.
sometimes fall to the 10th round if you're really lucky. But I still think he's just good. He's young, bet on talent, and I don't think the Cardinals are going to be awful. I was kind of making the case earlier when Rob was on. He let me know that in 6-point passing leagues, Brissett was QB6 per game on the season. Pretty intense.
Yeah.
And if Brissett holds down the job, we can see a little bit of what we saw at the end of last year. I don't think the defense got significantly
Yeah.
better to a point like where I'd be so. Ooh, there goes Purdy. Okay, this makes sense for me. You were saying?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I just man, I don't know. I have such a hard I guess the thing to me is like even in the middle of his breakout, like those 2 games where Marvin came back were like his 2 like lowest games and he really lost that target share. And it just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The
I
splits.
guess that's what yeah, the splits I guess is what has me having such a hard time with Michael Wilson. And then obviously the volume last year at the end of the year. That's kind of more of an obvious one, but it's like I know the splits, I guess, is what really worries me. Like where I guess I don't know, maybe I'm putting too much weight into like the biggest thing I've seen where I feel like I could maybe be wrong on Michael Wilson is people say that Drew Petzing's system really like utilized the X and made him the main read, whoever it was. And when Marvin Harrison was playing, that's him. That's just the role he's in. And it's a lot of the system that made it so that when he was on the field, it really hurt Michael Wilson's target share. And I just and, now they're talking about using them kind of more around the field, different roles, all that with Michael
Mm-hmm.
Wilson. I think that's where I'm most debating if I'm kind of reading it wrong. If it was really the system that was keeping the targets away from him, or if it's just when Marvin Harrison's on the field, he's a lot better like target earner.
Yeah,
Would you,
no, I
Corey?
think it's fair. Bill goes there. There's been some Bill hype, so I was kind of interested to maybe get him as my RB4.
I've been trying
I
to get
have
Bill bags too.
I have 3 QBs in my queue. I have Stafford, Goff, or Love. I'm not going to go Love because Stafford and Goff are there. I think I'm going to go Goff over Stafford because I
Goff.
have a Monra, right? So that's just
Yeah,
like,
Goff for sure.
yeah,
If
because
it,
obviously they're close enough. And it just comes down to let me double down on my first round pick, not my 5th round pick.
wait, is Stafford's ADP higher than Goff's?
Yeah, a little bit, isn't it? It's
Oh,
by
they're like 3 picks. Okay, they're really
a few
close.
picks, right? So Goff's ADP is 109, 110, and Stafford's like 106. I see
Oh,
Stafford fall more often, I feel like, though, where Stafford falls back to the Puka drafter like he does right now. Dude, he took Kyler Murray over. He had Corum and Puka, and he took Kyler Murray over Stafford. That is insane.
That's respectable. Kyler's a great pick.
Oh my god, you should just slappy. Dude, Kyler's gonna get benched, and it's gonna be a terrible pick. Stafford would never get benched.
It's crazy that I don't know Kyler getting benched for JJ McCarthy. Like if he gets benched for JJ McCarthy, it was a bad pick anyways. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Um,
starting to get scared. I was drafting a ton of Kyler Murray pre-NFL draft. I don't really click him anymore because he goes too close to like these other QBs like Goff and Love that are just way better. I know in it's real life, but in the fantasy is different. And in fantasy, Kyler can outscore them, but still, I just think there's some part of me that wants to lean into the safety of these QBs that can also have like giant career years at any point.
oh no. Okay. Ooh. I almost just took Baker. Would you have taken Baker
No,
with Godwin?
no, not
Stafford over him?
Stafford. Yeah,
Okay. Stafford on stacked.
yeah.
I'll get T-Ferg. Don't worry. I'll pull him up around.
It's round 11.
Weird.
It's just cheap enough that to me, I'm not even worried about like stacked, unstacked. Just like I did in the last draft with the Q. I took I took a big discount on Dak and I took Love. I think I had Love at pick 122 or something last draft. Maybe it was 119, whatever it was,
He's normally there. I would go Baker stacked, but I had Hurts, who's also week 10. So I didn't
Yeah.
really want to. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It is kind of a tough call.
Ooh, I
But yeah,
wanted
Stafford
Dobbs.
on him. Oh, that would have been a good one. Yeah. Good price on Dobbs. Oh, where'd the guy Stephon Diggs going this one? Damn, 101. He's moving up.
Yeah, Diggs went high on this one. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up with the chat real quick. Jeremy says, "What's up with the no shades? I'm just evolving, just reaching new heights, and nothing can slow me down." So, but I'll still rock the shades. We'll get some late night shade streams going. Maybe tomorrow night if it's Friday and I'm feeling good, crack a beer or something. Pitts is
Man
gonna
was
keep
running
this
the
year.
analytics. You run the
What's
analytics
that?
on. You run the analytics, and the shades just aren't the they aren't the most plus EV for getting viewership apparently. Right?
Oh yeah, that's also facts. Some people don't like the shades, but whatever. The true ones like them. Warren is
Yeah,
sick. Tough call
exactly.
between him and Tate. Yeah. No, I'm really high on Tate. Back at that price there.
Do you feel like
I
people are
could
getting
have.
a little down on Tate lately?
Oh, not me. I'm so bullish on him. He's just so good at catching the ball. And what's Cam Ward going to do with that turbo O line? Maybe get destroyed and like that ruins the offense, but maybe not. Maybe he can survive.
Here, Wandale has a key to Cam Ward's house. You hear that?
No, but I'm pretty bullish on Wandale too. No, I want to Shakir. Okay. It just always is Omar Cooper every time. I have too much Travis Hunter. I could do Tracy here, but I don't really believe, but it kind of stacks nicely. Do you take any Tracy anymore?
I mean, like he's okay. He's
No,
him
I
and
hate
him
him.
and Woody. Him and Woody are guys that I don't really care for too much. But like,
I don't
if
draft those two guys.
if I feel like I need a running back, like as a fourth or something, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Like, I don't know. It feels like more like if the starter gets hurt, then they're like a mid guy. If the starter stays healthy, maybe they can give me a couple of usable weeks if they get in the end zone or something.
True.
Then neither
And
one feels like a big win.
I mean, Tracy's been decent. He's been good, right? So, like when
Yeah,
he's filled in.
yeah. Like when Scatterable went down, I mean, you were happy you had Tracy. Like it's a good pick, but I guess that's the thing. It's not really like he dominated. Like he only got like 30% of the goal line work. Like Singletary took a bunch from him. Is Tracy couldn't even really dominate that. It's like I don't know. Like he was fine. He was still a good pick, like for sure. But I don't know. It's just like he's not a huge win. I feel like even if Scatterable goes down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think you're right about that. That's why maybe I've stopped clicking him. He doesn't project very well, and it's better just to go in on Scatteroo, I think. I'm gonna go grab a drink super quick. I have my
All
phone in
right.
case I need to make some picks, but you can hold it down for like 2 seconds.
All right, yeah, I got it. I'm in a tough spot, so I might go a little silent, but we're gonna figure it out. Let's go Jalen Naylor. I mean, they didn't sign Stephon Diggs, so I was thinking about grabbing. You guys can't see what I'm thinking about, but I was thinking about grabbing Tyjae Spears there. I picked Tyjae Spears in my last draft as a BBM. I wasn't very happy about it. So like, I only have Bijan, Bashal Tutin, and Aaron Jones. I kind of am having this problem lately where in the 9th round, it seems like people are taking all the good running backs now where they used to let them fall into like the 10th. And I'm getting left behind at running back a lot. So I feel like I'm going to have to readjust and start getting my running backs in like the 8th or 9th, like a little sooner, especially when I'm on this left side. Feel like I'm getting left behind at running back a lot, especially for my 3rd or 4th. So not too happy with that development lately. Um, oh, okay.
Grab the first thing I could
Uh,
find. It was giant pink lemonade. Someone empty that. I'll kill it. No, Jones goes. Damn.
Jaden Blue, what the hell?
Yeah, blue going's crazy.
Jeremy, it's pick 151. You need to chill, brother. This is like last year. Jaden Blue, there's no way Jaden Blue's getting to last year prices.
I'll take the RB1 on the Cardinals.
That's fair. Yeah. RB1 on the depth chart, RB1 in snaps in practice. Jeremiah loves a rookie. He has lots to learn. Love it.
We don't even know if he's good yet. He's never played in the NFL.
Hey, so I was saying something while you were gone. I'm curious if you agree with
I
this
heard you.
sentiment or not. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you think those running backs they're kind of getting pulled up, right? They used to be in like the 10th or end of 9th into the 10th, and now it's like they go in the 9th or even in the 8th. Like in this draft, I didn't even get a chance at this one they went
Brooks.
quite a bit.
Gainwell.
Like
Bill.
yeah. Dobbins. Like Dobbins, I feel like was always in the 9th round. It's like maybe not
He's on back
always.
and forth. I've taken him in the 8th a
Yeah.
few times. I slowed picking him because I'm just worried about the touch share and the ceiling. Because just like Javonte, Dobbins is not like a big pass catcher. And so we saw it last year. He had like no ceiling games. Dobbins' highest scoring game was like either 17 or 19 points or something. It wasn't that like great. It was just like good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is true. I don't know. Maybe I was just feeling it because today this has happened to me twice. I did a BBM earlier where I got 2, and the same thing happened where like my RB3 or 4 is just trash now. I got left behind at it.
Ooh. I don't really know what I want to do here. There's a pick, but I don't love this guy, but there's a little bit of a value to him. Jawan Jennings. I was
Juwan?
taking more of him in like May and beginning of June. I didn't draft him at all in July, but I guess I'm back on it if it's this kind of price because I haven't taken a wide receiver. I took Cooper, but before that, it's kind of a big gap with my wide receiver 4 and then 5, 6. So, I mean, Jennings is all right, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think like you said, he's cheap enough. You know, it's hopefully a good offense. So I think it kind of makes sense. It's not too.
I don't think he has like breakout ceiling potential or like an opportunity to earn a bunch of targets because of the offense he's in and being next to Jettis and then Addison. But I think he's shown spike weeks. And in this kind of range, I'm just looking for a guy that can hit the lineup like twice in the year or hit the flex with a touchdown when it counts. And he kind of has a more of a touchdown upside than he gets credit for a lot of the time.
Yeah. Are you picking any Isaiah Pacheco or not?
Occasionally, I forget. I saw, I didn't really have much of him. All the slappies hate him, and he's pretty far down in the ranks here. Like he's ranked after Samson, and he's after Algier in the leg up ranks. But I think Herzig did like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He did a bunch of drafts, and he showed his exposure for like maybe it was the first Dalmatian or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he had like 30% Pacheco or whatever. And I was like, dang, but I'm pretty sure he autoed all of them. But it just means the ETR ranks were just much higher on Pacheco. What do you think on Pacheco?
I kind of hate him. I have like 2%. He fell like 15 picks in this. So I was like, or like 12 picks or whatever. So I just took him. But like, I guess I've been a doubter, but like the RB2 role is valuable. They're not going to give Gibbs like 350 touches. I really don't think so. If they can help it. I mean, maybe if Pacheco's bad enough, they will, but I think if they can help it, they want to try to keep him a little fresh. And I don't know, like Sion Vaki's not gonna Sion Vaki's not a real NFL running back. They
He
did.
doesn't
I will say the
exist.
Lions
He's a
like
psyop. He's not real.
when like 2 days ago they did work out like 5 running backs, mostly like no names, but they
Oh,
did work out a
damn.
bunch.
I was thinking about going Lloyd there. That was a good pick.
Jeremy's on you. He's been watching your running back. He knows which running backs you like.
Yeah, facts. I think I'll just take another tight end here and kind of be done. Bryce Young's falling quite a bit. I usually take him, but I've got a strategy on this team. If he's still there, I'd really consider it. I don't have any Panthers, but I'm good enough at QB with Dart and Goff. I really wanted Daniel Jones to go with Warren, if anything.
I want wait, Tua went. What's up with
Yeah,
that?
Tua
That's
171. Crazy.
Drake London? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I kind of want I'm going to take Mendoza if he makes it. So if someone wants to snipe Mendoza, go for it. I don't know. I'm cool.
You're like, please, I don't want Mendoza. Someone take him, please.
No, I really like, I don't know. The Hurts and Stafford, like that's good enough. But like, if they want to slide me some Mendoza, I'll take them. But or maybe it'll be Bryce Young.
Dude,
no
look
one
at-
wants him apparently.
Schwagen's pulling up all of these picks for his 8 wide receivers. He pulls up Butte and Vele there. Interesting. Wicks at 182, Dell 179. Like, I'm seeing a lot of values falling. I guess if I don't want to jinx it, well, I can say it. If Bryce Young's there, I have to take Bryce Young here. He is he's 25 picks past ADP, and in the leg up ranks, he's 35 picks past the leg up rank. They have him ranked 140. They have him ranked. No, I can't see it because it's gone. Yeah, they had him ranked 145. That's 40 picks past rank, and 25 picks past ADP. So I'll take a naked Bryce Young there. What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, I mean for sure that late. I mean, yeah, I think that's a great value. I was thinking about taking one with Pacheco.
Exactly. I was gonna take Brissett to go with Wilson and Algier for a big Cardinals bet, and I've been talking up Brissett all night, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Just roll the dice and get Bryce Young at 185. I think it was one stream earlier this year in a Best Ball Mania. I think it was Best Ball Mania. It could have been something else like relatively decent stakes. Maybe it was the Pitbull one, but I got Bryce Young in round 18. And it was like, what?
I feel that was on stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that. That was crazy. It's weird that like Bryce Young specifically will fall so often.
People hate him, dude.
Wait, is this a reasonable range to get Sadiq or no?
Yeah, I love Sadiq here. I was gonna take him too. If Bryce Young wasn't there, I was like, do I take Sadiq as the tight end 4? I really don't need him on this team with Kincaid and Warren and Schultz. But I love Sadiq. I like Schultz a lot too, but I was taking Sadiq in the 13th round for like most of the summer. So it's just an injury scare, but pick 191 on Sadiq is really, really good.
And that works out. That works out for me. I don't have very much exposure to him, so getting it at a little cheaper price, the hernia setback or whatever.
Exactly.
Let's get people are taking sleepers. Let me take a sleeper so I can show I know some ball.
Yeah, people are digging here. Jacoby Lane. Did you hear BBG at the end of the stream last night? Did you catch the tower with JJ? It was 3 hours long.
Oh yeah.
The very end. BBG goes, I need a girl that's like Jacoby Lane. No separation, but great hands.
Yeah.
Funniest thing I've ever heard him say. Completely unprompted too. Completely unprompted. He just like threw it out there at the last minute. I was like, dude, I caught the first half of it last night, and then I rewatched the other half like at some point today. So funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a great episode.
Banger of an episode. JJ's a champ.
Yeah. I don't. This guy in the 1 slot, like he's tapped in. He was sniping me crazy these last couple rounds. Yeah, I knew you were gonna take that Xavier Legette. I thought you were gonna
Feels
wait till the
bad, man.
18th.
Feels bad, but I couldn't let Schwaggens like rip off Leggett or somebody else do it.
That's true. He's taking Booty and Vele even before this. Yeah, you can't really
Because
risk
honestly,
it.
no one's gonna take the running back that I want, and my team, I could just go hyper fragile with the 4 that I have. I think I'm gonna go hyper fragile here because like Hampton, Jacobs, Pollard, and Algier, like you really don't need anything more than that.
Yeah, I guess that's good enough. The top
There's
3
no
are strong
upside guys
enough. The
left. I mean,
buys
there's the
don't.
rookies. The rookies are left, but we're losing faith quick in the rookies.
You could take Big Mike. I mean, he's still RB2, right? Or, I mean, is anyone else?
Technically, I kind of like James Conner, and I just bet he gets traded or something.
Yeah, I
But
don't mind that
he
call.
might not.
They said they're hyped to get James back at practice, but maybe when he starts practicing, that's when they trade him when he's actually healthy. I don't know.
Let's just see what's available.
You're
I
not
like the
taking any
Horton
Cyrus
pick.
Allen, right?
I haven't had Cyrus Allen yet. No,
Oh,
he's available, but
I was
go
just more
Mooney
curious. I don't have any.
and just bounce back after last year. I have Jackson Dart. Maybe Mooney makes some sense.
That's reasonable. Mooney, Slayton,
We drafted him
OBJ.
so much last year. How much Mooney did you have last year? I had like 20%.
Oh, me? Oh, no, I mega faded him. That was one of the ones I got right. One of the few.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that screwed me. I got every player that I had like above 20% exposure last year essentially got smacked, except for Pickens.
I can't remember what it was. There was someone that went right by Mooney that I liked way more was the thing. Because I didn't even really hate Mooney. It was like, there was like
The
one or
price
two
was kinda
guys I
high.
loved. He was around 90. He was like around 90, I believe, for most of it. Like 90 to 100 range. And
Mooney, I forget exactly, but I was gonna guess he was back here at like I thought he was over here like 106, 111, or was he more expensive?
I thought he was like that turn, but like 7-8. I thought he was like that side, but like 7-8 turn. I thought he was closer to like the 90s. I think he finished in the like in the deep hundreds or deeper in the hundreds because he had that injury.
Yeah, that's
wait,
true. I have to look it up, but I could. I've got it. I don't think I have it in this sheet right here though. Well, no, let's see this. This was at some point. This was August last year. We could pull up. I can't remember what team he was on. Falcons. It's that bad that he didn't even actually play for the Falcons. He just pretended to play for him.
Yeah. Well, he broke his collarbone and then they didn't tell us. They lied to us. They're like, yeah, no, he's chill. He'll be back in like 2 weeks. And then they were like, oh yeah, he broke his collarbone.
ADP 105.7.
All right.
So, I mean, that was August, so that was like the end.
Okay.
But that is exactly right. Because you were fading him. I took 20%. I should know where he was going.
That's true. That's fair.
Well, you know what's wild is I actually had Ray McLeod on like, I think like 8% of teams because, or maybe not that much. Maybe it was 6%. But I had Ray McLeod because I had so much Penix. Dude, I had so much Penix. I had like 20% Penix, 18% Penix.
I don't think I got quite that crazy, but I was overweight Penix. And then I also was picking a good chunk of a little clip of Ray McLeod. I remember that too. It was especially when Mooney picked up that injury because I was like, oh, Ray. I'm like, this guy. Because wasn't it like the year before Ray got like an insane amount of slot snaps or something? Like he was like their main slot receiver or something like that. And
Ray was actually like usable until he wasn't. But whatever. Tsunami asked a question 30 minutes ago that we never got to, and sorry about that. We just totally missed it. But if you're still here, I'd love to answer it. And hopefully the chat answered it because that's your guys' job in the chat. Anytime someone asks a question, make sure you answer it. Make sure you give them your, consensus of the minds of the chat. We give everyone if they ask a question, they throw it out. I usually don't see it immediately, but super late on this one. Shout out to Tsunami. Okay, would you trade Scat and Marvin for a wide receiver like Pickens and half PPR dynasty? I would not give up Scat and Marvin for Pickens, but I think it's actually close because I really like Pickens. I'm stuck on if I agree with people that he's a bust and the third option, or people think that he's a wide receiver 1 in fantasy regarding Marvin. So like, here's the thing. Let's not jump ship on Marvin Harrison going into a year 3 breakout. That's all I'll say. Give it one more year.
I think I agree with that. And then I also think with Pickens, it might not be quite as secure as you think because he might not be a Cowboy after this year. I think there's a very real chance of that.
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
right-
you know, Jerry Jones said he wants Pickens to be a lifelong Cowboy,
that is
but he
true.
doesn't want,
That
but he
is
doesn't want
true.
to pay him at the same time. So what is that?
Did he ever want Micah to be a lifelong Cowboy, or was that never in the plans?
Yeah. Copy paste laid. The Kyler FUD is probably a psyop by O'Connell to not kill JJM confidence and build trade confidence in teams.
Sharpest thing I ever heard.
That's like the slappiest thing ever. Copy paste laid, but Hartman loves it. Sneaky, dirty little team here. Schwaggens, you make the dirtiest teams when you can. Hashtag value. Yeah, value like Devon Bailey in the 16th round. Love it. Actually, Jim Mercado is wild. He never goes drafted, and then Tolbert at the end there, like ball knower. This team.
Tolbert, I've seen a clip of Tolbert going because
And then Caleb Williams to go with Loveland. You pull up Loveland, you get a big fall on Williams. You love to see it. So that actually helped you. But then the wide receiver started with Addison. Oof. But it could work. Who knows? JT says they got a plan. Most other RB back here suck. And 3 I wanted around the same ADP. He was referring to he took Lloyd because I was like, oh, I'll get Lloyd at 176. But after that, I said, you know what? I'm just not going to take any more running backs if Lloyd's already gone. And you could have gotten Lloyd in the last round for like the last whole summer. But this is a pit bull, so this is like a time box. So I really shouldn't care about the prices. Maybe I was being too price conscious. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. And
well,
sometimes
you didn't get a chance for Lloyd.
Yeah, didn't get a chance. Sometimes I draft these time box contests just like I would draft a BBM, where it's like, well, I don't want to take him 4 picks around where he's going last week, but then I forget like it doesn't matter as much. Oh, pour a pack of Kool-Aid into the sugar-free Minute Maid lemonade. That's an insane pull. Never heard that before. That's a definite life hack. I have to add that to the list.
That's a fire idea. All for 0 sugar, 0 calories. Can't beat that.
Green apple. I like green apple. I would do that. The fruit punch always stains the red stain on the fruit punch is just a lot. Advantage Pacheco. Ooh, fantasy dog. I don't know about that. We'll see. Maybe though. Fantasy dog. You drafted a lot of Pacheco. Wanted blue, Rogers, Lloyd. That's why I reached blue to get all 3. Yeah, you did get all 3 for sure. Dolphins wide receiver 1 is Devon Achane, by the way. So this is also not true. And I heard the Dolphins were trying to get Diggs. So what does that say? Who are they going to get next? Keenan Allen?
Yeah,
Maybe he'd be a
sounds
Dolphin.
Sounds like he's a Colt, but he could be a Dolphin.
Yeah. If he's a Colt, I think it hurts Downs a lot, but it shouldn't hurt Warren because Warren didn't get any of the bonus, like we were saying earlier, of Downs. Yeah, Caleb Douglas.
Do you see all the
Chris Bell?
Do you see all the pro Caleb Douglas stuff from the coach? They're moving him everywhere. He's a great.
No,
blocker.
I haven't caught up yet. I need to read my coach speak. I'm a little bit behind, but you're thinking it's good.
Oh yeah, they were. I mean, who knows how much weight you want to put into it? But they said like moving Caleb Douglas all different positions, and been real impressed with how quick he's catching on. He's also a great blocker, and they were kind of talking about getting like the bigger receivers on the field and then the blocking and stuff. And he is big. He's 6'4", so it's like I don't know. But they were saying he's a good blocker and moving him all around as a receiver. So it sounded kind of good, like
Nice.
good in that sense when the comp is weak.
PD Piranha says sick Enron hat. Love it. Hartman
Appreciate it, bro.
has a very good style, very strong aura, as the kids say.
Strong aura.
What else? What else? Swag. I call it swag, but that's not cool anymore. I mean, this is swag to me, but apparently not.
Yeah, no, aura.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
Or is like that's probably the new term, but there's probably an even newer term we just don't know. I feel like I'm kind
Yeah,
of out of the
the
loop
hat
on
the hat's
screen.
slap. The hat is a slap. It's a slappy hat. Scott, what up, Scott? Says what happened to Ballsy? We'll be back. We'll get some more Ballsy streams going. We'll definitely get that going again. Yeah, same thing with BBM for me. PD says still riding the high of my $100 Carson Beck over 94 passing yard score. Hell yeah, brother. I should have done something on Carson Beck. It was too obvious, but nice. I'm glad you got in there. Any picks for you tonight, Hartman? Did you go anywhere with the picks for the game?
No, I thought about the Beck one because his line looked good, but like I'm not in like a state where you can do actual bets. You have to do like pick 'em. So I
Yeah,
didn't have a
pick'ems
second one to follow it up with.
predictions, right?
Right, but you need like the parlays. I guess I could have done Kalshi. I didn't even think
You could
about
have done some
that. Like,
predictions.
yeah, I didn't think about that. I was thinking about
I
like UD, and I kind of looked in their pick'em lobby. I was like, I don't know a second guy to really pick. So
I did nothing, so I was just seeing if you had any. Yo, JT, catch you later, brother. Always good seeing you. Fun times. Schwagen says, tell me which of the Jets, Saints, or Raiders are slowing down Mr. Beck, weeks 15 and 17. You mean Mr. Brissett, who was QB6 in 6-point passing touchdown leagues last year in points per game? Also, Brissett in normal underdog scoring, Brissett had 19.6 fantasy points per game. Jalen Hurts had 19.1. People don't want you to know that. I'm going to tweet that out tomorrow. Every Friday, I've been doing this thing where I say, before you go touch grass, just know this one thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to post a picture of, I don't know what yet, but it's going to be something that looks like the weekend, and it's going to be that.
yeah, Jacoby Brissett better than Jalen Hurts. I respect it.
Well, it's not even them saying he's better. It's implied, but it's just facts that he did outscore him per game.
Yeah, it's the implication.
Yeah, Brissett,
You're just putting out the stats for the people to see. You're not giving them a narrative.
And then people are like, Hurts is not better than Brissett. You're an idiot. And I'm like, I never said that, but also might be true. And I'm also an idiot. So all things can be true still. Brissett played weeks 1 to 13. Yeah, exactly. As long as the Jets, Saints, Raiders defenses are worse than Panthers, third stringers, it's nothing but money. Exactly. AJ the Knight, what's up? Looking for some advice. Okay, you're in the right spot. We got you. This will be the last advice question of the night, but we're going to hit it hard. In the chat, let me know. Also, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. Vote in the YouTube poll. I'm going to close the YouTube poll after we answer AJ's question. Hartman, AJ says he's looking to see what we think. 12-man PPR snake. You got the 6th spot. Make a trade. Have picks 104 and 106 in round 1. Nothing in rounds 2 and 3, and then picks 4, 7, and 4, 9 in round 4. So based on this board, you get 1 and 4, which means you get you get 104 and 106, which is Puka, and probably either JT or McCaffrey. Let's say you get McCaffrey. So Puka, McCaffrey, holy shit. And then nothing in rounds 2 and 3. I'm cool with that. And then round 4, you get 407, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Burden, of course. And then 409, which is like McLaurin. Yeah, I would do that for redraft. What about you, Hartman?
So I've actually been in this spot a decent amount where I've either traded away my first round pick or traded for a second first round pick in my home leagues. I guess it depends a little bit on the history of your league, like how well you know them and stuff. But I would say if they're not too receiver crazy, I would consider even going like double running back to start. Because
JT
in home league, yeah, like something like that maybe. Because I feel like
it's full PPR, so like, but still, go ahead.
I just feel like since you don't have second or third, like what are going to be the realistic running backs coming back? Because I feel like a lot of times, at least in my home leagues, the running backs get pulled way up and receivers just fall. Like will a Zay Flowers be there at 407 in your home league? And then will like the
or
Josh
even just
Jacobs,
Waddle
Javonte,
or like Garrett Wilson
be gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and like I just feel like in all my home leagues, the running backs tend to go even higher, even in the full PPR ones. But I mean, if you're not as familiar with that league or like you don't know those people as well, then maybe you go more balanced, go like 1-and-1 receiver running back. But I feel like in mine, the running backs get a little bit more of a premium, and in the 4th round, you might just not be happy with the options you get back. So I would even consider like double anchor or like yeah, like double anchor early with the running backs.
I like it. I closed the YouTube poll, and you guys fell for the oldest trick in the book. I put parentheses knee next to Mahomes. You guys only voted for him 20% of the time. So tisk tisk, you guys failed the test, but big Trevor Lawrence fans in here. I do need to draft more Trevor Lawrence. We'll do it soon. Hartman, thanks for coming on, brother. I threw your channel in the chat again. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Hartman Fantasy Football. Appreciate you being here, AJ. Great question. And then Hartman, you going live anytime soon? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'll be live. I'll be live tomorrow, probably like 5 Pacific for the
Hell yeah.
Frenchie Friday. I'll be back
Hell
on
yeah.
the kind of normal grind. Just gone last week for a little bit, catching up on work a little bit this week, so back on the normal pretty often, going live, after that.
Hell yeah. I think I'm going to my in-laws for dinner tomorrow night, but I will tune in. I'll say what up, and I'll catch as much as I can. As always, guys, thanks for being here, and we'll see y'all in another draft real soon. Let me just get rid of the banner. Let me change the background to something a little bit more neutral. All right. Peace, guys. Later.